Oh shit. Okay, let's see.
I can't believe we're live on YouTube.
On YouTube. I know all your YouTube followers are gonna be freaking out. I'm just trying to load the stream over here. It hasn't popped up yet. Let's see. Man, that is way over there. I'm getting too old to read that. And there's already 6 people watching. I can't even pull up the stream.
Why are you? Well, you're not on my channel.
There we go.
There we are.
Hey, look, there's me. There's my fat back right
You
there.
can see me looking at you. Let's frame this better. You got to see my badass computer. There we go.
Okay, where is...
Holy crap, I haven't been live on YouTube in a while.
How do I get to the chat? There's the chat. Here we go. Okay. Okay.
Dang.
So,
we are blowing up the internet.
Like, Dave goes, hey, Skitzo live stream. I told you, people are going to freak out.
What's up, guys? I like how these lights are making my forehead really shiny.
It's very shiny. That's
or
why
maybe it's because I'm oily.
That's why I'm wearing the hat.
I actually just washed my face, so it's definitely not that.
Love to Rip says he's watching Kevin fish his quad out of the pond on Steele's post.
Yeah, that was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah, how was that?
It's not the only time he's had to do that either.
Since I didn't get the invite to go fly, how'd that work out?
I like how I literally cannot read the screen because it's that far away.
No, that's why I have to turn around to read this.
All right, we're gonna do some awkward turning around to read the chat.
Yeah. So for those of you on Skitzo's,
dude, I got so many things to show.
You have so many toys.
I got so many things to show. Here, give me all my toys.
I'll give you all your toys. So I'm Jason. I'm just
Wait
one
a minute,
of John's
I'll be right
friends.
back.
A horrible FPV pilot, but I love it. Let's see. Dave said it's a beastly looking PC you've got. Dude, it's insane. Can you guys see that? It's so crazy. Hit custom pipe, custom vent, liquid cooling and stuff.
Let's talk about like why.
Avery, hi Jason. What's up, Avery? Arrow FPV, man. How you doing?
Why do you smell like grapes?
What do I smell like? Grapes? What is it? It's flow. It's tidal punch flow. I'm trying to get my flow like you.
Gatorade flow. Let me smell this.
I'm trying to drink that so I can catch some flow. Definitely got flow. Remy Tim says he's so pumped for the pickle skit skin. Yes, Brad, it is
the pickle skit skin. Look at this little ninja.
Yeah, that little 3 inches sick. I cannot believe it's not done yet. Didn't we build that on your last live stream? Or
yeah,
tried to?
Tried to. It's tight, man. Look. When you run like the split, that thing is like, there's like no clearance in there.
You still don't have a receiver in there, right?
Look at the split is like a stack. Why do they have a stack? Why do people do that?
FPV Life says what's up.
What's up, FPV Life?
What's up, man? Stacks everywhere. Yeah, says James. DaVinci FPV is James from Get FPV.
Dang, okay.
Hey James, ain't you doing something like next weekend or something? Isn't something cool happening? Oh, everybody's gonna drool over that. People about to freak out. People about to freak out. Hold on, let me look at let me look at the comments because people about to freak out.
Morty.
Marty. Dope. Pickle Rick.
Dude, I got all the toys.
Get FPV Catch Up is coming to us in Atlanta. Yep, that's going to happen on February 2nd. Lots of people out flying. Wubba Dub Dub says Tim.
Look at those. CNC'd out of one block of aluminum. What do you guys know about that? That's the holy grail motor right there.
Like, I don't even have a set of those motors yet, and that's not.
We got gunmetal inside the carbine. I mean, guys, like, for real. Tell me you wouldn't walk up and see that and be like, dang, that looks different than everything else out there.
Looks different. When are those coming out?
Never.
Never.
Probably.
Those are yours.
I kind of like this chair.
It is.
I feel official.
I'm in your gaming chair. This is your programming chair.
I allowed him to sit in my programming chair.
This is where the magic happens.
There's lots of magic to have.
So for all the guys on YouTube that haven't been following our Instagram live streams, what you been working on?
Falco.
Falco.
Yeah, I've been working on new firmware with Flight 1. So for those of you that don't know, is that music? I wonder if I don't think the music's too loud.
You want it louder?
I don't think it is. I think we're good.
Okay.
But basically, I've been working with Flight 1 for a while. I don't know, a lot of people are kind of confused on if I fly Beta Flight and KISS because I've never come forward and like really talked about it. But I basically helped them kind of like mold Flight 1 into what it is, and we kind of like further went on to start designing Falco, which is a much faster version of the firmware. And it's very similar, but it kind of eliminates the third-party, you know, SDK or development kit that people use to interface with components on a flight controller.
So in layman's terms, it takes your processor usage from about 44% down to what?
Like 17%.
17%. So it frees up a lot.
So
more
now we
bandwidth.
can do D-Shot 1200 at 32 kilohertz and stuff like that. Allows us to do some pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm actually like programming now instead of just like telling them what to do.
Oh wait, we had somebody here who wants our thoughts on KISS electronics. Oh, Brian FPV, they fly.
I have KISS electronics.
It
I have
flies.
some KISS in my builder.
It flies, man. Steel flies KISS. Aero FPV down in Fort Lauderdale flies KISS. It flies good. I think it's all about preference. I prefer.
They all fly good.
Yeah, I prefer Flight 1. Other people prefer other things. It's really just what makes you comfortable and in the air. That's the most important thing.
I think Flight 1's really easy.
It is.
I got really lazy over the years, and I hate having to know the flight controller orientation and like what port you soldered your receiver to and all that kind of crap. Like Flight 1 just like detects all that crap. You fire it up and it's like, you know, we know the orientation of your quad. We know, you know, like, I don't know. This is nice.
Yeah, it is nice. James FPV wants to know how long until they have a stable release. James, every release is a stable release. We're just constantly adding new features.
It's being flown and tested every day.
Yeah.
So probably, I don't really want to say.
I don't even know what a stable release means, because right now I'm flying the newest actual release, and it flies perfect. I don't have any problems.
What does stable mean? Like it doesn't full throttle into your hand?
Yeah, I haven't had one do that yet. I've had some of the alphas do some weird stuff, but that's why they're alphas. But anything on the website is that is downloadable on the website, not the beta or the alphas, is stable.
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking for the end-all, be-all, when's the last release? Well, there's not gonna be one, because they're constantly improving and finding ways to make it fly better, more functions that you guys ask for, and I don't think there's ever gonna be a finish. This is Flight 1 in its finished form, because there's always gonna be things
it's always evolving.
to move.
The thing that's really cool about it, though, that those of you that don't know, like the OSD configurator. So you don't need a configurator. You never need to plug it into a computer. It like detects everything. It detects what protocol you're on and all that stuff right when you fire it up. And you can actually go through the full setup process and fly it right up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's quick rapid fire. Let's see. Static motion. Tuning was hard for me on Flight 1. I tell you what, Static, we'll do a video. Maybe we'll do a video soon on tuning and setup. It's actually not that hard once you kind of learn the differences.
The trick to Flight 1 is the filters.
Yeah, it's all about the filters.
All filters.
I've noticed the PIDs, you know, once you find something that kind of flies okay, you can do everything else with filters, maybe a little bit of TPA to top it off.
And the filters also like mess with, like if the filters are out, they can create bounce back.
Yeah.
And then it can make you think that your PIDs are causing that. And
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Mr. Pandon says, I know Flight 1 is different kind of firmware. Have you found any benefits of it other than others?
Found benefits other than
Of Flight 1, what are the benefits that you found for Flight 1 other than other flight controllers or firmwares like Betaflight and KISS? For me, the ease of setup is
I would
rock
say
bottom.
definitely how quickly you can set stuff up. I mean, the configurator is super straightforward. There's like 6 steps. You don't have to know anything about your quad at all and set it up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for me is I like to get into the nuts and bolts. When I game, I'm a min-maxer. Same thing when I tune. I like to really get into and make sure that everything's perfect. And one thing that Flight 1 has over Betaflight and KISS is the ability to tune the TPA curve the way that you want. I think Butterflight has maybe kind of the same thing. I've found, again, I prefer Flight 1, but you're able to tune across the whole throttle range for TPA. If you have a weird vibration at 20% throttle, you can tune just that out instead of setting a single TPA breakpoint. So that works out pretty well for me. Is there an air mode? Yes, Brad. There's always an air mode.
It's always on. Yeah.
Let's see. All filter stock pits for me. What? V8 Freak. Okay, this is an interesting question. I don't know how to answer it. What VTX range could I expect on 200 milliwatts? And how many milliwatts is people flying nowadays?
What kind of what range?
Range. Like how far on this video does you think you get on VTX?
It's completely like, depends on the antenna, depends on where you're flying.
Yeah.
But you can, a lot of people fly on 200 milliwatts, so you could probably, I have a few setups on 200 milliwatts and I've never been like, man, I wish I would have had 500 and maybe I wouldn't have crashed.
Now he's never flying the 200 milliwatts when he's with me. What he likes to do is plug in next to me.
I blow you out.
Or blow me out and destroy my quads.
Usually mid-power loop.
Mid-power loop, always mid-power loop. James, will Flight One do an app for tablets so you can do tuning out in the field instead of taking your laptop? Ooh, maybe some insider information on the live stream.
I don't need to do that though.
Well, you don't. And now if you have the OSD boards, you can tune through the OSD. And even with the new, when Falco comes out, you can do all the setup without even plugging it into a PC. You still need to do you still have to do the motor?
You do it all.
You do it all through the...
You literally point the stick to which motor's spinning. It's gnarly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Please Flight One anything setup tune BI Heli 32 and updating BI Heli 32 through Flight One. Yeah, so any word on that, on being able to update BI Heli 32 through Flight One instead of using the past flight?
You can't do that with Betaflight either. You can't do that with anything.
No, you have to use the BI
Heli. Yeah, the problem with that is that BL Heli 32 is closed source, so you pretty much have to use their software to update it. And now Flight One came out with the ability to flash it with Clean Flight, so you can do the pass through to make it like easier. But we'll never have that access. Yeah. Unless you have the source code. Yeah, which we don't have.
So I don't know how to say your name. CJ Hudinich. He says he still has your first flight controller and will the newest software work on it.
Yes.
The answer is yes. Yes.
It's kind of funny because I have a quad that I'm testing Falco on, and it is my original Flight One flight controller, like meaning no OSD, no quick connectors, literally just like the old school design, and it's one of my best flying quads. So yeah. I mean,
Nicholas asks, what's the best flight controller for Flight One? Anything made by Flight One.
The Revolt.
Yeah, the Revolt from the V1 all the way to the new Revolt OSD.
The problem with that is the naming convention kind of makes it confusing. So there's a Revolt OSD, there's a millivolt, it's like, so just remember that Revolt is the 30x30, the original form factor, and then millivolt is the smaller one, the 20x20. But any of those are really, really good flight controllers.
Juan said he had to stop his homework to watch you go live.
Dang, you shouldn't do that.
Hearts and minds, you should study.
I should have told everyone that I was going to do this, but I figured I would be really spontaneous.
So, yeah, we were talking. This is kind of a test, I think.
Yeah.
To see how it goes. I think we were talking.
You guys like my Stranger Things lighting back there? That's him. He did that. I was like, hey, I have a need for Christmas lights. And he's like,
I came through.
Yeah. And he was like, oh.
And I came through. So we were talking about maybe doing this some regular.
Maybe one night a week for now.
Yeah.
And then maybe branch out from there.
Doing a Q&A, doing a live Q&A.
Help out with anything. If you have Crossfire questions or Betaflight questions, I mean, I'm not like a huge Betaflight person, but I could definitely try to help.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll do fun stuff too. I'm sure we'll do some.
We do giveaways.
Around the house.
We'll give free giveaways. We'll give free stuff away.
Yeah, we will definitely give free shit away. Okay, James Ferguson.
That reminds me. First of all, I know you guys are jealous of my chair, even though it looks like it's from the 50s.
James, I'm currently going to be doing a Flight One build. I already have a flight controller, a set of Skitzo motors, but one of the motors is stripped out, so I can't mount it. Oh, that sucks, James. Did you strip it, or did it come stripped? I think if you call Get FPV and tell them it came stripped, maybe they'd be able to help you out. Let's see. Every night, not every night, once a night. Or once a week, sweet tea. Once a week, not every night. Yes, Bandy, it's Skitzo. He just walked away. CDM says, you guys are doing great. I'm enjoying my kinetic frames. F215 free. CDM? Is that the one who won the giveaway on Instagram? Yes, giveaways, of course. Now everybody's...
I can't find them.
Let's see. Oh, it's going. Hey, do you use any sims, John?
Sometimes I fly Velocidrome. I might start streaming those too.
Yeah. So he said he flies Velocidrome. Oh, here we go.
You guys see this beautiful propeller?
Hillbilly FPV. Now that's
Hillbilly FPV.
Yeah, Hillbilly
That's
FPV.
my favorite.
Hillbilly FPV just asked our honest opinion, which is better, KISS or Flight 1? I'm gonna let you.
Flight 1, by far.
Flight 1.
I can't. I lost. I only have like a few of these. These are like the old prototypes, and I can't find them. I literally lost like the only bag that exists.
And you didn't we give one away?
I did.
Gave one bag away? Did you send it to him?
I didn't give a bag away. I gave 4 away.
Did you send it to him?
Mm-hmm.
Arrow FPV says KISS is better. Hey, how about this? This is what we'll do, Arrow. You come up here from Fort Lauderdale, and we will live stream a 1-pack ripoff between you and John, KISS versus Flight 1, and we'll let everybody online vote which is better,
That's
Flight
not
1
a
or
bad
KISS.
idea. I like that.
No, the V8 Freak, that actually wasn't HQ, that is Gem Fan.
Yeah, it's a Gem Fan. The song's so dope.
Arrow says he's in, everybody else says do it.
I would love to do that.
When it's warmer. I think that's a good idea, is definitely when it's warmer. We got James.
Here's the thing though, like this is not to like, I'm usually really quiet about this stuff and I'm not like pushy about like, you need to fly Flight 1, you know, whatever. But there's a reason that the smoothest pilots in the world are flying Flight 1. I mean, we've got Wild Willie, we got Johnny FPV, we got me, we got Damian Gaines, like literally like the smoothest pilots out there. Kevin's on it, yeah.
Tidwell here in
Tidwell,
in
yeah. Well, they're not gonna, yeah. But yeah.
They don't know Tidwell, but you should know Tidwell FPV in Atlanta.
He's actually on Betafly, but
he's got a couple Flight 1 rigs. Mm-hmm. He did. But he breaks everything.
He's been trying to set it up, but he's not yet. But anyway.
Ooh, sweet tea. Listen here.
What do you say?
Me and you go way back. I will come down there. He said Helio will outfly both.
Show me. I want to see it.
I want to see it.
Show me. I want to know one good pilot flying Helio.
Hillbilly says he gets on Skitzo binges all the time on YouTube. Post more flights. So you can't see this computer back here. If you could see it, I'd open it up and you see the 15 terabytes of unposted footage.
There's a lot of
that this guy has. Arrow says he'll bring a KISS Kabuki. So big. Mars Rover says, "Oh shoot, what's up, dude?" Mars Rover, that's
my very first photo of the moon that I took.
Mars Rover's that Get FPV.
Some girl that I dated framed that for me. I thought that was cute.
So WK FPV says he can't get Flight 1 to fly good.
Dang.
A /filter video would be appreciated.
I do need to do one.
We do.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of change. There's simple things that I didn't even know, and I've been flying Flight 1 forever, like the filter settings. The higher the number is less filter.
Less filter. Yeah.
I did not know that until a couple months ago.
Yeah, like that's just the math for it, but I guess it doesn't make sense like in terms of...
Juan says, we need you to be the YouTube comeback kid. Comeback? Homeboy never left.
I did kind of. I mean, I still fly every day. I still enjoy it, but I just haven't been really active. I'm actually pretty active on Facebook and Instagram. Like, you know, I post probably at least once a week on Facebook and Instagram. But I definitely want to like start focusing on YouTube, which is where my main audience
and
is.
We've been
it's kind of weird that I'm not focusing on like my main audience. So,
well, to be honest, it's been a little easier to set up just a quick Instagram live feed.
I'll be like in front of my repairing a VTX or something. I'll literally just power up Instagram and do a live feed straight from my phone. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting back on here more and posting a lot more.
I think that'll work out. Agree on the tuning video, but is it Parmesan approved? Apparently that is an inside joke. I don't know.
Absolutely, because I love Parmesan, so I'm gonna assume that.
Mr. Pandon wants to know how often do you get out and fly?
Once a week?
Maybe a little more than that. Twice a week? Once a week? Yeah, but you flew yesterday.
I did fly yesterday. Actually, I flew today. So I flew yesterday and today. But a lot of my flying is testing equipment. Like I was literally tuning all day today in my yard. So not all day, but my flying time was tuning. So I don't know if you really consider that flying.
Yeah.
But
even your tuning flights are ridiculous. So I don't know if you guys follow his Instagram, because I know you posted on Instagram. I don't think you posted on YouTube. We went out to fly with Kevin and Willie, probably 3 weeks ago, and we hit a spot with a crane. And John had said, "Oh, I don't fly cranes, or I've never
flown around a crane.
Never flown a crane." He was nervous. I don't think any of you guys can believe, but he was nervous before he flew. And I popped on the goggles.
Well, here's the thing. To my benefit, this was my first time flying a 5S rig,
Yeah.
Okay, so I built a 5S rig. I've never flown it before. Well, actually, no, I flew it like one pack prior to that.
And it was tuned
and
horribly.
It was doing it was desyncing. So I'm like, we go to this place where we're about to fly this gnarly crane, and I have one quad that's 5S, and it's desyncing all over the place. So that is part of the terror, because I knew that if we went down, it's possibly unrecoverable.
And I had to agree to go get it if it went down.
Yeah.
Because I did. I mean, it didn't go down. But anyway, if you go to the Instagram, which I don't know if they could review that video.
Yeah, you
but
can
if you go to
do it,
Instagram
yeah.
and check out that crane video, for his first time ever flying a crane, it made me never want to fly cranes again. It was crazy. You were doing Matty tricks.
I did one Matty
And you
trick.
don't do Matty tricks.
Yeah, I did
You
one
were out there
Matty
doing
trick.
Matty tricks. People say they love seeing you, Steele, and Kevin together on the Go Atlanta crew.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be more. You're going to be seeing more of that. The OG crew is coming back strong. So you're going to see a lot more Kevin and Steele.
Good.
And me.
Well, and you guys can confirm in the chat. I was talking to the guys a while back, and there was a thing that got all of us, I think, started in FPV, and it was, I'd almost say, the Atlanta crew, and it was watching you guys just be guys and go out together. It was the clips in the car, just messing around,
Like the shenanigans.
just the shenanigans, and then the flying was epic,
Yeah.
but it was everything else. And now I find myself when I watch videos, I kind of scroll through to see if there's any shenanigans, because besides people that come out with crazy stuff like Florent Roquet, that come out with crazy flight videos, everybody is so good now that you kind of see the same thing. There's guys with certain styles that you like seeing, like your flow or Steele's just craziness. But we all kind of missed the shenanigans and watching you guys interact with each other.
Yeah, I think that FPV's kind of seen a correction. Okay, so there's been a big spread of like FPVs dying and all this kind of stuff, and it's kind of true in a sense where we're kind of getting some of the pilots that just thought they were going to be really big or just were in it for the wrong reasons, or just kind of, what do we call that? Like there's like a correction going on right now. So I think I think it's actually going to blow up again, and it's going to be on a climb. And where was I going with the story? Oh, the whole point behind that story is basically like you just said, there's a crap load of like really good pilots right now. It's not like the same, but it's also about like hanging out, you know, it's all about like friendship and like having a good time. And it's not necessarily about going out and making the most epic footage possible, because that's like really stressful for one, and also really competitive. There's a little bit of that went on back in the day, the Atlanta crew, where we're like, we would all go to a spot and we try to kill it, right? Like, because we're like, I'm gonna upload my footage before you and like blow everyone's mind before you can.
I got 100 more views than you.
Yeah, and that's what would happen. It would be stressful as crap, because every time you had that mindset of like, man, I've got to go get, rip it as hard as I can and come home and post before they do. And then it just kind of evolved into more like hanging out and stuff. So I don't know. I think I do FPV more for the social thing than actual. Like I still enjoy flying, but it's more about like hanging out with the boys and like just having a good time and just chatting about like whatever FPV drama is going on, or like, did you see so and so did this, and they're like, ooh, tell me more,
Yeah.
So
let's see. We got describe Flight 1 in 2 words. For me, badass. That's
one word.
It's hyphenated.
It is hyphenated. I guess, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that badass is 2 words?
Let's see. The V8 Freak. I have no idea how many people you need to start a multi-GP chapter. That would be a multi-GP question. Let's see. Yes, people do get triggered. The drama is hilarious. And
there's been a lot of drama.
And there is a lot of drama. So and what happened is I think you guys all started it as a hobby. When you started, you could barely keep a quad, not you, but people could barely keep a quad in the air. And it was a constant challenge. And
I almost wanted to post, like I still have, on my personal Instagram, I have footage of when I first started on OpenPilot. Those of you that don't remember OpenPilot or CC3D flight controllers, I mean, this is serious old school stuff. I sucked so bad when I started.
Yeah.
I almost want to post some of it.
You should. You should post like first fights.
I don't know what happened. I just kept flying.
Oh, Mr. Panda, here we're getting personal, and I knew this was gonna happen with the Q&As. If it's not too personal, what is your main source of income? Do you have another job on the side, or are you fully into FPV?
Ooh. Okay.
Not me. I work my ass off.
So originally I worked on video games. I worked for Hi-Res Studios. for a while, and I started my own company making indie games on Steam, and then I sold that to my business partner around when the FPV thing kind of started taking off because I wanted to focus on that. And I make okay income in the FPV world, but not enough like to be like, this is it. So I do side gigs, I program and stuff like that. But I'm transitioning into maybe working for Flight One full time. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I do programming on the side.
Biz FPV says, hello from Australia. What's up?
I want to go to Australia so bad.
I know. Ron Jeremy, I don't know if it's a real Ron Jeremy, but it is
I
a
hope
name.
it is.
Ron Jeremy says, you're hot, bro.
Oh, damn.
That's what it says. It says actually, it says, you're so hot, bro. I had to read that
I
one.
feel like that's someone trolling, but I'll take it. Thank you.
I have no idea what plasma tree is. Do you know what plasma tree is?
I feel like I'm not looking at the camera. Is that
You're
okay?
not. You're looking at me. Look at the camera.
Hang on. I don't know where the camera is on my phone. Is it here? Oh, it's over here.
Thunder says, glad to see you online. He misses you, bro. Okay, this is the fourth question.
Why is my forehead so freaking shiny?
It is very shiny. It's the lights. It's the lights.
I don't know what it is.
So this is the third time it's asked questions. Everybody wants to know the specs on your PC. Why don't you go ahead and...
Dang! Everyone wants to know what's on that beast?
Everybody wants to know what's on that.
That is a liquid-cooled i5 8770K or something like that. I can't remember. It's a K, one of the overclocking processors. And the reason I went with an i5, those before they start trolling me about the i7 and the i5, the i5 and the i7 in video games were performing the exact same at the time that I built this. So like in Premiere and stuff like that, i7 would be better, but in games, i5 is literally the same. So that's why I got it. It's like $200 less. And of course, I'm running a 1080 Ti video card. I was running 2, but didn't really see much of a gain. So I ended up starting like crypto mining with the other one. Yeah.
Ask the FPV. Says, what was your intention to begin with FPV? For you, it was just fun because there was no FPV back then, right?
Yeah.
Not like you're old, but you. I mean,
I'm pretty old. But so when I started flying, there was only like 3 people that flew. Actually, 2 people. It was me, Chris Brand, and Steele Davis that were originally flying, like way back when. We're talking about like 3S days, like when Blackout. You know, Team Blackout was like kind of the jam, and it kind of slowly evolved into Kevin. What was the question? I already forgot the question. Like the actual, like
what was your intention when you got?
Okay, yeah. So the intention was just because I was incredibly like infatuated with it, like the concept of like soaring through, like being able to see the treetops. And like
it felt like you're flying.
Yeah, like you felt like a bird or Superman. That was the original. Like there was just a thrill out of it, and it somehow like evolved into what it is, which is weird.
Cool. Ron, and I know who that was. Look, if you want to talk to us, join the live stream, and we'll be glad to answer your questions.
Preston, quit calling me. I got a live stream that I got to do.
And apparently, Ron Jeremy is hitting on you.
Okay, Ron Jeremy's in the chat hitting on me, and he's supposed to not go public with that. I didn't know that he saw those pictures.
Which goggles are you using these days? We're both using HDOs.
Yeah. I used the HD3s for a while, and then I hydro dipped them. They were all like space themed, and I sold them to a buddy of mine that got into the hobby. So I ended up getting HDO replacements and happy with them. They're pretty dope.
Let's see.
I still wish the diopters would like. I have like a really narrow vision, so I have to kind of put my diopters like all the way to the the inside. And I feel like I just wish it could go like one more click, but I can't. I almost want to like carve it out so
you move it just a little bit more?
It's always annoying. It's like literally one off. It's so annoying.
And then one more question about the goggles. Thunder FPV, what camera do you pair with the HDOs?
I've been flying the Runcam Eagle 2 Pro, and it's weird because that one seems to have like that nice refresh rate that works really well with the HDOs, because that's, if you guys don't know, the HDOs have like a higher refresh rate, which makes it like kind of, if you've ever seen like the newer televisions that are like 120 hertz or whatever, I guess they're probably even higher now. That's like real silky smooth motion. That was one of the things I liked about that. But some people really don't like
the white flash. Takes some getting used to.
The white flash is kind of annoying, but I don't normally fly when it's that dark. Like it's kind of like when it starts really like this, when it's already past time to get good GoPro footage anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a white flash that can happen if you go from darks to lights really quick because of the CMOS sensor. But it's really clear. I like the clarity of it. But some people don't like it. Like it's really a personal preference thing.
I fly the Eagle Pro 2 and the Micro Eagle.
Which are like basically the
same thing. And it took me some getting used to with the, I call it the artifacting. Bardwell did a video on it where you could really see, if you've never flown one of the cameras, you can see on the fence, you can see like the little pixels. And when you're flying here in Scraggle City in the fall, those trees just kind of light up with all that artifacting. It took some getting used to, but the dynamic
You almost
range,
get like a little bit of pixelation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the dynamic range when I'm going in and out of buildings or under trees,
like the clarity.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Ask those questions. I'm not here often. I want to be in front of the camera way more though.
The V8 Freak says, do you buy an upgrade or do you just go for the best?
For what?
FPV gear.
I am flying a lot of the same stuff. The only things I upgrade are, I do experiment with like newer motors and stuff because like I am playing around with 5S because I'm probably coming out with 5S and 6S motors.
What's up, Cricket?
But the HDOs is really like the HDO is really like my only like upgrade, I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
and what module are you running?
The Furious, whatever the latest Furious.
The Furious True D.
Yeah.
Now he's weird.
I will get a rapid fire probably. I did play around with like the beta one that they had. Was it Rampage? I can't remember where I played around with it, but
you played with it at Bardwell's house for
Bardwell.
Quad Camp.
Yeah, for Quad Camp. That's right. And that was like before they had launched it, right?
Yeah, we had the beta.
Yeah.
The one that had the weird black
and
and white
Anthony, if
transition.
you're watching, where the hell is my rapid fire?
I know. How long ago was that ago?
He's like, yeah, man, I'll give you a rapid fire. And then
he told us both. He said it to us.
Yeah, radio silence. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Let's see. Charles Jones. He's talking to somebody else. Nobody wants to talk to you, Charles. Cricket FPV. How do you fly so smooth?
The trick is you got to open up your radio. Okay, first thing is open up your radio, and then you've got to melt butter on the gimbals. It's got to be movie theater popcorn butter. You can't just use any butter. And then you got to drink some of this. Some of this Flow Gatorade. That's where it's at right there. Thirst quenching and creates flow. So I feel like, you ever watch UFC at all? I do. Well, I haven't watched it in a long time.
So back in the day,
it was mainly McGregor. This is the last one I watched.
Back in the day when Joe Rogan and that weird,
when he was a ref, or not a ref, but a commentator,
announcer, and there was that weird guy. When you're talking to the camera, I feel like that weird dude that everybody made fun of because I'm just like sitting here staring at you while you're talking that way. I'm sure,
Yeah, there's gonna be awkwardness going on. We didn't know how to like monitor the chat because I'm using my phone to stream from, and it's like across the room.
And I can't read anything.
I see a white box that popped up.
Ooh, Guillermo says that you fly so smooth because you use Futaba. Show those gimbals. Show off that radio. Where's that radio?
All right, technically speaking, not to talk down on Futaba's freaking amazing. Like the radio cannot be beaten, but I also flew Tyrannus for a long time, and I can fly smooth on. Actually, I flew Spectrum too. I flew very smooth on Spectrum too. But me, Johnny, and Will. Actually, me and Johnny fly this radio right here, and actually Min Chan. So it is actually touchscreen, so you can like go through menus and all that stuff. But yeah, it's awesome, and this does support Crossfire. I keep wanting to think that the camera's on this side.
It's on that side.
It's on that side, but they put the chat on this side, so I'm like always looking at the chat.
So, here you go. Hillbilly FPV said that you had a video on struggling with rates. Did you ever settle, or are you still
Hell no! It's a constant struggle, man. I played with my rates today.
Well, you guys.
Here's the problem. Like, I'll be flying around, having a good time, doing my flow, right, getting my groove on, and then I realize like I don't have enough yaw to do this thing. And I'm like, shit. And I have like Tourette's, and then I'll go over and like, I'll adjust my yaw. And then I realize it's like too sensitive when I'm trying to float. So like there's always a compromise. Like whenever you add something, it ends up screwing something else up. So I feel like I'm like chasing, what do you call that? Or you're chasing your tail kind of thing? It's
exactly what you're doing, chasing your tail.
I'm never going to be happy.
Well, it's because, and it's so, you have such dynamic skills where you're able to do like the really fast stuff, but you've become really into the flow.
I feel like I am good at doing the slow, flowy stuff, but then when I try to do the snappy, faster stuff, that's where the trick comes into where like, man, I don't really have enough authority when I slam the sticks around. But then I don't know if I want to, because when you start slamming the sticks around, it starts becoming not as There's always a compromise.
Every
like
time
I
you
said.
jumped on the goggles with me, because I was up at like 1350 at the top end of my rates. And
I used to fly. This is for those of you OG fans. I used to fly really high rates, like 3,000 degrees a second.
That's crazy. Okay, 2 questions that I have to get to. First one, let's see. How do you find flow at the beginning of a session?
I don't know, this jam's good there. How do I find flow?
At the beginning of a session. So like when you first get to a spot.
So when we first roll up on a spot, there's always like this key like thing that I want to do. You always have like a few things, like there might be like a hole or like there's something to power loop or something, so you have like these key kind of components. And then the rest is just like literally like, I don't know what the right word is.
It's off the top of your head, it's all
Yeah,
improv.
literally, like I've never planned it out.
It's insane.
I never plan it out, it just happens.
It's insane.
I don't really know how to, I wish I could just sit down and be like, this is how it's done.
Yeah, it's crazy watching him when we go to new spots and I'll jump on the goggles with him. And I think the biggest thing for you is unless you're transitioning from an open area, it seems to be like you're idle as in you're smooth on the sticks, but you're never not doing something.
Yeah.
Because even if you have a big space to cross, I've noticed you do a lot of those crazy like off-axis flips where you look down at the ground just to fill in the space.
But also I do what I like to call carving or carving shapes, which is actually the term for a dance with like raving. They actually like rave dancing. They actually call it like carving shapes or something. That always like resonated with me. But basically, when I'm cruising around, I'm always making sure I'm kind of like on the yaw, or you're kind of doing an off-axis. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you're almost like slightly cockeyed as you're going. You never just fly in a straight line.
And that's my problem.
And back in the day, I kind of created this thing called like, what did we call it? It was almost like when I flew in a straight line, there would be kind of this going on where you're almost kind of dancing when you're going in a straight line. And that also helped. That was something I came up with because I always thought it was just super boring when you flew in a straight line. So I started doing this whole number here. So it was kind of like like a side step.
Yeah.
And that's what I originally started doing. And that kind of caught on. A lot of people started doing that. But now it's like, so instead of going in a straight line, like let's say you see something you want to go to, make sure you kind of go into it like in an angle and then do like a little, like, I don't know, it's all about approaching it differently than you would normally expect.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it interesting.
And I laser sight on something. If there's a gap that I want, I'll go straight to it. And you're constantly yelling at me to do something different.
So if you ever like see something like that and you're like let's say you see like a hole, like I don't know, there's like a gap in a tree that you want to like, you want to hit that. Well, like when you're heading towards it, like do something like right before you get to it, or like make sure you don't go straight to it, because then it's like, it's just not as interesting. It's cool to hit it and maybe do that a few times, but you ideally want to kind of take a different approach. Instead of using blue color, use pink. You know what I mean? Like literally, like that's what I think throws off people. Like people like a lot of the TikTok crap I do. So like I like to go like inverted. Instead of just doing a yaw spin and pulling out of it, I'll do a yaw spin and then I'll go back the same way. So you almost kind of create this like, the back and forth. I don't know, reverse, a rewind. There you go. And that's something that's I think is stimulating to watch, because you're not just you're expecting them to do this, but then all of a sudden they go down backwards. And you're like, wait a minute, whoa! That kind of like messes with you.
So Fast FPV, how much do you fly without a GoPro? Never, ever, and he bitches at everybody who flies with him and doesn't record their footage.
That's really annoying, because like, here's the thing.
Yelled at daily.
He does this shit all the time. We'll go out to fly. We were flying the crane. Like how often do we get to fly a gnarly crane like that that's vacant?
Not often.
And he's like, literally, I take off my goggles and he's flying without a GoPro, and I'm like, dude, like, what is the point? Okay, there is a point. It's still fun regardless. But like, what if you do something super sick and there's just no record of it ever? Like,
I did my first Matty flip.
He did do a Matty flip too.
No GoPro.
No GoPro, of course.
No GoPro. Matt Vellender, here's a good question, actually, straight for you. Dark matter or Nova? Which one is your favorite?
I like this. Like, I really dig this chair.
Which
I feel like you can have my gaming chair. I'm just gonna use this.
Which one's your favorite? And why?
Okay, so the Dark Matter is an awesome frame. It's super durable, super simple to put together, and it was like the first time I ever used, like, that was actually one of the first production frames that came with sticker decals. I kind of like started that. And it was really important to me to put some of my telescope photos on it. So that one's like more of a relic to me. And would I still fly it? Yes. The only reason I like the Nova is because I realized I've explained this story on podcasts and stuff like that, but people probably missed it. But basically, the very first time I flew an underslung frame, I liked how quickly you could turn and like how well it handled. And I was like, oh my God, why are people not freestyling with this? So that's what my frame ended up becoming, the Dark Matter. And then later on, people were like, no, you need to try top mounted again because it tracks better. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I threw together a QAVR, and I flew it around my yard, and sure enough, it did. It definitely like flips a little bit more wonky than like an underslung feels like it kind of...
It pulls itself through.
Yeah, it pivots like in the center very well, whereas a top mounted feels a little bit like more, it's like unstable but not. That's hard to explain. But it definitely tracks in a straight line better. And that's when I decided to do a top mounted quad, and that's what became the Nova. So I prefer the Nova right now, but it doesn't make it any, like, I mean, I actually put the battery on top of the Dark Matter for a while.
Yeah.
It was very hard to fit a TPU GoPro thing and on this little plate like this long. So.
Okay, here we go. Mr. Pandit, why does nobody talk about how to mount your damn GoPro? Laugh out loud. What's your favorite way, 3D or foam? Well, I use 3D for everything because I own my own frame company, so I print all my own mounts. You actually...
Okay, I'm gonna just be freaking honest to everyone. Grab
the one with the UMA grip on it.
They both have UMA grip on it.
Oh.
Alright, so I hate, because I'm more of a visual guy, you guys know me, like, look at me, right? Like, I like...
Ron Jeremy thinks you're so hot.
I like to see something different. When I see something sitting on the ground, I'm not like you can tell this quad from a million miles away. If you saw this sitting next to an alien or something, you could just tell it apart. And that was what I was going for. Like, a lot of people did not like these like spikes here, but that is like the signature thing. You know exactly that it's a Nova as soon as you see these spikes, and that's what I was going for. And I already forgot the question.
How do you mount your GoPro?
Oh yeah, GoPro, I hate TPU. Like, I hate it.
I love it.
Okay, function, TPU is amazing, but it looks cheap. It makes the quad look cheap. It's like dinky looking.
It does.
It's kind of like, and I'm not trying to be mean about that, like, it just doesn't make the quad look good. Now, a lot of people don't give a crap how their quad looks. I do. So that is why I run bare bones. I literally put the GoPro on there. If you're running a set, like, if you can see, I've got UMA grip on top of my my little mount here. So normally, if I had a session, I'd be going through these side straps these slits with a battery strap. And with the the Hero 7, I actually go vertically. You can actually go underneath this whole thing with a battery strap. So I literally go naked with my GoPros just because I like the way it looks. TPU definitely is better for like protection. It just works better overall. So, and also, what was the other thing for protection?
That was really it.
The negative thing to TPU, literally the only downside to TPU is it's heavier and it is ugly. I'm sorry, it's ugly. Even if you do black TPU, it makes it look like a toy.
Well, I mean, it does.
I mean, they are toys, but like, I mean, come on.
There's pretty. Now, some of the brain.
I feel like this is the argument of like, you know, people wear the box goggles.
Yeah, you're breaking the internet right now with the TPU is ugly thing, and the brain. So the brain 3D stuff, like the rainbow print.
Yeah,
those are pretty.
Yeah.
But the normal shit that everybody has.
Here's what it is. It's having a bunch of plastic. Like, that's the problem. It's a bunch of plastic. Like when you if you had a sports car, would you go out and put all these like little plastic like off-color like
from AutoZone? The AutoZone.
Yeah, like you just wouldn't do that because it just anyway. It's functional. I get it, and I do run them on some of my quads. It just depends, but for photography reasons, I rip that crap off and I just go bare bones.
No, 6. You didn't waste your money because, like you said, the function
of
the
man,
TPU.
Don't think that. Okay, let me rephrase this. You did not waste your money because TPU is like. You should use it, honestly. Like, it protects stuff, and it's just easier to work with, like, overall.
But you're saying your aesthetic opinion is
I think that they're just ugly, and they do add more weight. And when you're carrying a freaking brick on the front, like, why do you want to add another 20 or 30 pounds, 20 grams of TPU?
Who would win a car race between you and Steele?
Ooh.
Who's driving? Well, that's it.
I think right now they'd be pretty close, honestly.
Straight line or road course?
Road course, mine would win.
Yeah.
So street course, I think mine would win. Straight line, it'd be close. I think he would probably take me.
He would
probably take me on the all-wheel drive launch. But his new, he's putting a new engine in it. Did you know he's running?
Yeah.
He's got to be running like 38 pounds or something.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So it's going to be 700 wheel horse.
That's insane.
Yeah. So no, I will not be able to hang then. I might still be able to hang on a road course then.
Well, he's got that.
But
setup is good, but then you also have to have skill.
True.
So I don't know how he drives.
That's true. I don't know either. I'm sure he can drive really well. He used to drift his 240 and stuff. So.
Let's see. They want to know what's in your whip. Well,
what whip? My
your car. Yeah. Everyone wants to know what's in it. What did we do to it? We did something to it, didn't we?
Yeah, we put a turbo kit on it. So it's literally like it's not anything. It's a Toyota 86, which is basically the Toyota's version of the BRZ. It's a 4-cylinder rear-wheel drive, a little bit bigger than a Miata, and it's 350 wheel horsepower right now. And it literally is just a turbo kit and a bunch of suspension work.
And still no exhaust.
No exhaust, so it's shooting flames.
So loud.
It will literally rattle your skull if you are inside. Like you need to wear earmuffs when you're inside of this thing for real. Earplugs.
People saying you need to build your truck into a sleeper.
I thought about it. The motor that's in that's actually it's like a 3.6 V6.
We could boost it.
It's got some serious torque.
That's where you got. Let's see. Parker Russell says, my mom wanted to know what the specs of the PC is and if you built it yourself. It's a gaming PC with a processor and a video card, and yes, he built it.
It's an i5. I think you might have to open up Device Manager to verify. It's an i5 like 8770K or something like that, and it's running the GeForce 1080 Ti, and I'm running like 16 gigs of whatever the cool Corsair RAM is.
And it's RGB too. You can change the colors.
Yeah,
right?
like all of the colors programmable, so you can like make it like do all this weird rainbow crap or just like switch between different colors, and that's part of the reason why I got the RGB RAM.
Now, I guess I see some new people and some young folks.
Dang, we got some new people in here.
People are wondering what's up with the Galaxy stuff. I don't think they know your background. Why don't you explain?
Well, so those of you younger children in my live stream, I used to be an astronomer, and I used to get paid to look at space. Just kidding. I never did any of that. I just enjoy space a lot to the point where I'm a 40-year-old man wearing a Galaxy jacket.
And pulling it off.
Yeah, here's the question. How many 40-year-olds that you know can get away with this in public?
It's the upward tilted flat brim hat with the
the
stars
hat,
underneath.
Yeah, it matches. Look at the
yeah.
hat. Like how can you, I mean, seriously. But anyway, I'm a big space nerd. I've always been a space nerd, not like sci-fi space, though I do love that as well, but I like real space. I got like telescope gear. I'm going to be like actually starting an Instagram based on space photography.
Your photography, right?
Yeah. Like I took that photo back there, but I guess you can't see it. Good.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good question. I know you hate this
I love good questions.
I know you hate, no, but you hate this one.
Uh-oh.
So when you watch other pilots,
Uh-oh.
who makes you want to go fly?
Ooh.
My answer is easy, but I think the dude's amazing. He breaks my brain every time I watch him fly.
I would say, man, like you said, there's so many good pilots. There's honestly only a handful of people that I watch, and Martin Novak is one of them. Martin Novak is he does Fly Life. I guess he has like his own podcast. If you want to check that out, check him out. He's a super good pilot, and he's got the flow, and that kind of I love that. He's really good at mixing the flow with the music, and it just makes me like, damn, I got to get out there and do my thing now.
I've got
and then I like watching Team Black Sheep. Their Instagram posts are just always like random gnarly stuff that people are doing. So I don't know. I can't keep up with it. There's too many good pilots.
There's too many. I think every time Florent Roquet drops a new edit, it makes my brain hurt.
Nice.
Like the stuff that he does is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I'm also a fan of a kid that doesn't have a lot of followers out of Fort Lauderdale. His name's Aero FPV.
Oh yeah.
But he does a bunch of is ruining the hobby type stuff that are it's just fun to watch.
Isn't everyone ruining the hobby? I mean,
Everybody's ruining the hobby.
Steele's been doing that for years.
But I watch this guy. He's got a 6-inch 6S build that sounds like it's ripping the sky open, and he got permission, but he was ripping it straight up off the beach in Miami Beach and diving between these two giant buildings.
Nice.
And it's just it's fun, kind of urban, that old school. Like the stuff that you guys used to do, and the guys down in Fort Lauderdale are really
we did it when we were like, is this possible?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got our quad back. I guess this is a thing.
Tony Bracco wants to know if you're going to be grouping up with Rotor Riot soon.
I do some stuff with Rotor Ride. I kind of, I don't know. I went to Rampage and I do some content with them, but we're just more like we're all friends.
Yeah.
So I'm not like going to be officially joining them.
Yeah, I mean,
anytime
you
soon.
did the quad camp at Bardwell's because it was right up the road, and
and I wanted to meet Bardwell. He's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
But yeah, I don't like. I've always been affiliated. I've always been friends with everyone on Rotor Ride. I've never had a plan to join them, so I don't really have an answer other than no right now.
Guillermo said Ladrid.
Guillermo Del Toro?
No, Nespolo. I probably butchered your name, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're really bad.
Says
at
that Ladrid ruined the hobby. Now, I don't think that's. I can't.
That's the first I've ever heard that.
That's the first I've ever heard that. I tell you what, and this was crazy. When I started watching this, I saw everybody's videos. I saw yours, Steele's, everybody's stuff. And I saw Drew's, and Drew was pretty good, but he was the one that kind of pushed me into the sport. Back then, you were still twitchy, and he was doing kind of the flow and hitting gaps. But I tell you what,
I was never twitchy. I don't know.
Yes, you were.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I tell you what, if you go back and you watch his videos from 2 years ago, and
mine?
No, Drew's, and skip through like every 5 videos and just watch his flight edits. Out of everybody that I've seen, he has maintained a dynamic posture in the sport. Like he's constantly changing his style, which is cool because once people find something and stick with it, then that's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
And there's only a few pilots that kind of push themselves past what they're comfortable with. Like me, I do split S's all day because that's all I can do.
He's talking around the fact that he called me a twitchy pilot. So
were!
Let's go. Everyone in the comments right now.
Take it to the footage.
2 years ago, let's pull up any of my footage from 2 years ago and say it was twitchy.
Oh, Mars Rover says Florida has Drib. He thinks he's ready for a Florida versus Atlanta battle.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we up here in Atlanta. Yeah, up here in Atlanta, you guys have you guys get to see. You got Kevin and Steele and John here. But what you don't see is all the pilots that hang out with these guys that are putting in work and hitting it hard. That don't have a huge YouTube following but have some skill. I think that'd be fun to do a little shootout.
That would be fun. I'm down.
Well, Remy, it was weird to me. I didn't like his style at the beginning. I like it now though. Yours. Skitzo, Johnny, Wild Willie are my smoothest triad I go to for my fix. Yes.
Wait,
Coco.
Johnny, FPV, Skitzo, and who?
Skitzo, Johnny, Wild Willie.
That's a good trio.
Yes.
I'll take that.
Yes, Coco.
It's an honor that I mentioned with them.
Flying. The V8 Freak says that flying without crashing was his first trick. I'm still trying to learn that one.
Nice.
The flying without crashing.
We're going to be doing, speaking of flying without crashing, we're going to be doing, I think my next vlog that I do is going to be a one take. So we've got this thing, like me, Steele, Ethan, and Stinger Swarm or Kevin are really like the only 4 that have ever done like one takes where it's literally a full flight from start to finish. We're not editing it, we're not cutting it.
That'd be fantastic.
I usually cut some of my stuff because I like to sync it to music, but we kind of want to bring that back because I feel like, and that might be our if Drew wants to go down in a competition of any sort, then we're gonna do a one take. Let's see if you can do the best, smoothest flight from start to finish.
That'd be nice.
From takeoff to land.
I think if we live streamed a session, a whole session, people would be amazed at how much stuff you hit.
I want to do. I have a screen. So I'm gonna start live streaming with a stream box, or it's basically like my telephone pointing at like a box, and you guys can go rip.
Dude, I broke the internet. Look at this. Wow. Michael, man, Skitzo and Twitch in one sentence is blasphemy. Do a build at Nova Live. They want you to do a live build.
I did.
You did it live?
Yes.
Well, we did the 3-inch live on Instagram.
All right, we did it.
Oh my God, had a few decent ones. Yeah, those 1-pack ones are crazy. Skitzo's a legend, yes.
Boom! This one I built live on Instagram. This is a Crossfire rig because I didn't know how the hell you're supposed to mount these Immortal T's because I've never built a Crossfire rig before. But yeah, I built this one on Instagram in about an hour and a half. And I remember because Instagram only allows you to do 1 hour streams, so it actually ended and I had to fire it back up for half an hour. But
ooh, Tantrum FPV, music to fly to. What do you
No,
fly
why
to?
do you not have music going?
I'm going.
Come
It
on.
stopped. I'm playing.
You can just replay it.
There.
Man.
It matters on the day.
Okay, here's the thing though. It does matter. Music matters for those of you that you need to listen to music when you fly. You know, if those of you think you need to listen to the motors, no. But I have a large YouTube playlist that I need to release, and I've been meaning to release it. And people have been asking me for literally 3 years to release my my playlist. So I might do that.
And it matters who we're flying with, because if it's you and me, it's stuff like this.
Let me try this out so people can hear it.
This is San Holo. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is what we listen to when it's just you and I flying.
I mean, how can you not flow to that? That's what I do when I'm flying.
So but now when we fly with Kevin and Willie, it's typically
Okay, so-
hardcore gangster rap.
No, that's Willie flies to this too. It's
He's getting the
yeah, I'm
groove.
getting in the groove now. No, but the Kevin loves flying to hip hop.
Yeah.
And I do too. It just depends, like you said, the mood. But I normally usually like this or like I like chill music.
When I had those super high rates and I was super twitchy, I flew to 5-finger death punch, which
Dang.
did not make to good footage,
That's
but it was
awesome.
a shit ton
I
of
bet
fun.
it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Does the cold give you natural expo?
Hell yes, it does.
Yes,
God,
it does.
I cannot fly in the cold. I have to probably I have to lower expo because I have like my hands are like, you know, you can just barely move them. But luckily it doesn't get that cold here. Like it doesn't get really cold here.
Oh, it was 20 degrees 2 days ago.
But at night it gets cold. It's like
We use a
40.
speaker arrow, not headphones.
I got a badass Bluetooth speaker down there.
Oh, he says, check out the Ready Player One Pure Imagination remix. Lock that in.
I haven't even seen that movie yet. I think that's related to the Ready Player One movie, right?
Jad says, don't ever dance again.
Okay.
Double A says, you still have the Nova that Autumn helped you with the skins on. And you're just dancing in the camera. That's okay.
What?
So do you still have the Nova that Autumn helped you put the skins on? I'm sure. So all your Novas.
I
right?
do actually somewhere. It's in the other room, but it's in pieces. Like not broken, but like it's opened up.
Heart transplant.
But yeah, heart transplant.
James Ferguson wants to know where can I get that hat, bro?
GetFPV.com.
I think you get everything there except for those gnarly ass motors you're about to show again.
Oh, I gotta drop them again. Look how freaking beautiful. Do you guys want to know why this is amazing? That's CNC'd out of one piece of aluminum. Most motors have a lip right here, right? So they're kind of like rotary forged, like actual like racing wheels, and they are stupid strong.
Let's see.
People asking me if I have free time. What do you think this is? Not you guys, the other people.
What are those white bottles under the table? What the hell? White bottles under the table? I don't know.
Can
It's
they
weird.
See under the table?
I don't think so.
There's no white bottle under the table. Dang, they found my stash.
They found the
Yeah.
stash. Are your ESCs and flight controllers available soon?
Ooh.
God,
I don't know
I hate
about
that question.
I never
I hate
know
that
about that
question.
cups because it's always out of stock. The problem is we're just not ordering enough. Like we literally order a batch and then they're just gone before they get here. So
Yeah, people say it's never available, but if you get on the back order, if you just go ahead and order and get on the back order, the problem is they come out and it's just gone. Oh, here it comes. Internet breakage in 2, 1. There it is.
I can't do his voice. Morty. That's all I can do.
I can't do his voice at
Dude,
all.
I want to hear you try to talk like Rick.
I can't. I'm not making any weird sounds in FPV videos anymore.
Look at that, like even the side plate. We got Morty hanging out over here. Can you guys see the detail in this? I mean,
Oh my
I had to do Rick on the arms. I mean, come on.
They want to know. That is.
Oh, those? That's my liquid cooling solution.
Those are. He's lying. Those are industrial bottles of lube. It's weird.
Yeah, well, that too.
Ron Jeremy, I guess.
UV blue reactive. This is coolant for my water cooling, my computer. I was like, what are they talking about?
Who is paying attention to
That
the
is
bottles
some,
on
you gotta
this?
be careful, bro. You gotta hide the dildos, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what people are gonna see.
I just got 2 Skitzo millivolt OSDs and Spark 32s. They're in stock on the Flight One website.
Your wife's like, yo,
It's not my
where are
wife.
you at?
It's people watching the stream that are now texting me also.
I feel like I could bathe in all these builds.
Oh, look, we have a title screen to a video game. So I get a text message.
RPG game.
RPG game.
That's very descriptive.
It is. It's our project that we were kind of half-ass working on.
Nice. Using the Unreal Engine.
Using the Unreal Engine. Yeah. Galaxy decals for the Nova soon. Yeah. What are there Galaxy decals coming
That's
out
a
for the
good
Nova?
question because there's supposed to be some, but God knows I sent out the space or my photos and I was like, yo, you need to make skins out of these, and they just haven't been done yet. But I'm gonna be coming out with some. Oh
Okay.
man, this song is so dope.
Here we go. How durable are the skins, and do they peel off?
They do peel off if you peel them off, but they don't like. I mean, you have
If
to
you
like.
stick your fingernail in
Yeah, if
there.
you stick your fingernail in there, it's gonna rip off. But they are actually pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, they actually stay on pretty good.
Love the pick of the
But
back
they're-
of the Danger Ranger.
But they're gonna get. I mean, they're gonna get mangled and stained and whatever.
Oh, here you go. How many? I've asked this question. I don't think you can get the answer. How many quads do you think you've built in your lifetime?
I don't think it's gonna be as many as you think. Probably less than a lot of people.
Well, 'cause
I'd say 30.
Because you do
I
a
don't
lot of-
know.
'cause you don't
I'd say
total-
30-ish.
Well, you don't total a lot
I
of
never
quads.
total-ish, and for a while I flew the Alien, and I would literally like break an arm. I would order an arm from Australia. I'd destroy a top plate, and I would replace the top plate. So I flew the same Alien for like literally a year.
That's crazy.
So I would just keep replacing like whatever part I smashed,
Yeah, I smashed the whole thing. Drogan 711. How many times a week do you fly? On average, about one for you, right?
1 to 2 times a week if I'm lucky. Sometimes as long as once every 2 weeks. It just depends.
So again, here we go. I knew it was gonna happen. A Shinga. Oh my God. A Shinga says, from the new frames on the market, which one do you prefer?
I mean, I don't know. Let me look around. Probably this one. This is the one that I fly.
That's funny. Let's see. What was that? The question. Matt Valander. He uses Premiere Pro, right?
Yeah,
For your video editing.
I do. I use Premiere.
Let's see. Hillbilly FPV.
But to answer your question, if I wasn't flying my own frame, I'd be flying either your F215, the QAVR2, or maybe the Astro X, like one of the Astro
Astro X is
yeah,
nice.
that's a good
Those are nice
all around.
frames.
Yeah. Anyway,
So Hillbilly says, besides, I'm gonna answer this one first. Besides the answer of
What's
flying
his name?
more,
Hillbilly?
FPV.
hell yeah, Hillbilly. I know all about that.
Besides,
All right, that's rude.
besides saying just flying more, what advice would you have to get better in finding your style? For me, I would say practice with a purpose. Like, don't just go rip packs to rip balls, but try to identify something that you want to do and do that until you
You
get
should
better
take your
at
own
that.
advice.
Shut
I'm
up.
just kidding.
I don't need to get better. I'm fine. I don't crash.
He's like, I want to sell frames, but I don't care if anyone knows who I am.
I sell frames to my friends and to get.
Don't break my
FPV.
chair, bro.
I'm not gonna break my
All
chair.
right, just joking.
Let's see. So what's your answer? How would you get better besides just saying fly more?
Fly more.
Yeah.
Don't think about styles. I mean, it's cool to like identify like maybe what you want to fly like, but I would just like fly as much as possible, and like the style comes later. Like it's not something. It's kind of like I play piano, right? And I don't have a style though. I literally just know how to play stuff. But I know if I put enough hours into it, that the style is just a byproduct.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Cadet says, yep, fly focused. Let's see. There was a question in here
I'm
that I
digging this
missed.
song.
What's your target all weight for a quad? I don't weigh my quads. Do you?
I haven't in a while, but I think mine are around 630 with 5S.
630. This guy says about 600 grams.
Yeah, I'm at 630 grams, 5S, and a Hero 7.
So my buddy just texted. You know that the veteran that came up and flew with us at the barn?
Yeah.
He just texted and said, "I want those motors."
Uh,
Sorry, Brian, not gonna happen.
Those are the only motors that exist right now.
And I'm getting people texting me telling me to stop looking at my phone. I'm answering you guys.
Look, these are the Lumineer versions. These are pretty sick. They're only 4S though.
Connor Mullen wants to know: are you into whoops or not?
I have a whoop. I have the original whoop. This is before it flew on Betaflight.
Wow.
And I messed it up. Meaning they were telling me that I should put Betaflight on it so I could do raid mode and stuff. So I tried to flash it and it just completely bricked it. So I was like,
yeah,
I never toyed with it again. But I've flown other people's whoops. I just don't like whoop on the regular.
I've got a B-Brain V2 and a Beta 75.
I did fly the Beta 75.
Yeah,
Do you have it?
Yeah, I've got it. I don't think it's charged.
Damn it.
Because I'm a horrible
Maybe we could do
pilot.
that like on
Another live stream?
Actually, I wonder if people want to actually see me, if they would want to see me fly the sim at some point.
They'd probably love that.
Maybe we could do some live stream sim action. Maybe
cool.
maybe bring people in to kind of freestyle with me.
Oh, people would love that.
Yeah, that would be
A
cool.
little game of quad with Skitzo?
Yeah, that would
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Not quad, not QUAD, it's KWAD.
KWAD. Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
What's your favorite thing to fly other than 5-inch?
5-inch. 3-inch, probably, maybe after that. I've never flown a 2.5-inch yet. I haven't done that. Or a 2-inch, whatever.
Yeah, I've done
I haven't done that.
three,
I've done the
5,
Beta
and 6.
75 and I've done the 3-inch. I've never done anything in between.
Somebody asked if you would ever freestyle an X-Class.
I've thought about it.
That would be amazing.
I thought about doing it.
I have an X-Class frame. I just haven't cut it yet. Ooh. Maybe we can build one.
Might be a project.
I don't know. Have you heard those? Have you heard those in person?
The most gnarly freestyle frame I've heard is a 7-inch frame. I've never seen an X-Class.
The X-Classes, when somebody
Is it
comes
like-
out, oh
Yeah.
my god, when
It's like
somebody
a
comes
space
out
shuttle
of a
coming
hole
in.
and
Yeah.
tries to recover from slamming into the ground, it sounds like the
Is it
sky
that
is
bad?
ripping open. It is so loud.
If I fly,
You're probably tuning it to be the smoothest X-Class.
I'm gonna make an X-Class that flies. I'm gonna fly 12S on that shit or something. It's gonna be like fucking coming for your soul.
Parker Russell, I'm not even gonna say that, dude, because then he'll do it.
What?
Wants you to freestyle rap, and no.
Oh shit.
No.
Will you beatbox for me?
No. There's a lot of people saying.
I'll do it if he beatboxes.
No. People are saying that they want to sim.
All right, we're gonna do some live sim.
Here we go. What is your favorite spot to fly? You have to have one. I've got one.
Okay, so for the longest time it was the trailer park, as you guys know, because it's down the street. It's always vacant, and it pretty much stays green all year round in the sense it's all pines. But they actually tore it down recently.
Did they really?
I think I told you that.
No.
So like a year ago, I talked about them tearing the trailer park down, and I was really bummed about it. I was like, this is probably gonna be the last time I fly here, but it never happened. So I assumed that maybe the contract fell through. But I drove by, trailer park's gone, leveled. I don't think they realized what legacy they just
destroyed.
Yeah. So, but now my new spot is that Roswell Park spot.
That Roswell Park is sick.
And Perkison Park, which is kind of like a version. I like any kind of park that's completely trimmed and it has really tall pine trees. I love the vertical play.
Yeah. So I think the Roswell Park for me is definitely one of my favorites. It's the first time I tried flying back.
You ever fly Perkison Park?
I haven't flown that one
It's
yet.
basically Roswell Park, but about 8 times that size.
Oh, well, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's huge.
And then that office park, that one office park that had the gap where you exploded me by plugging in on me.
That's a good one.
I really like that office park.
Yeah.
I want to fly
It's
that
an
one.
underrated one.
I want to fly that one with Kevin where you went through all those trees. It's
Actually,
like half a
if you
mile.
want to know what he's talking about, the office, like on my YouTube, the very last video I posted on my YouTube is that park that he's talking about.
That park is awesome,
Yeah.
especially with the leaves and everything on the trees. And there's that
Pretty.
beautiful gap in the
Yeah,
middle.
it's Scraggle Bomb now, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Parker says you fly at the damn barn a ton.
I don't. I've done like 2
You don't.
videos there my whole life.
But when other people come, they see you at the barn because everybody wants to come fly the barn with
Everyone
you.
does. I don't know why that is the spot when people like from out of town come here. That is the spot they want me to take them. Like, really? Like, of all the spots we could go to, you want to fly in like a field, like an empty field?
It's iconic though. It's one of those iconic. Guillermo is on the joke game. He said Ron Jeremy also likes the vertical game.
He likes vertical shafts.
The vertical shafts.
I like vertical shafts, not horizontal, vertical.
Well, James, you're right. The parks do get crowded on the weekend. That's why we fly the parks during the week, and then we do office parks on the weekend.
We have like a nice rotation. So during the week, the parks are kind of dead here. So we fly those during the week, and then on the weekend, all the offices are closed. So we kind of rip that. So
Let's see. Favorite quad YouTube. Okay. Who's your favorite YouTuber to watch? Who's your go-to?
Like, okay, quad related or just period?
Well, now I want both, but first quad related.
Man, I don't know about FPV world.
Trading FPV, I like that question. I'm gonna ask that next.
I don't know about FPV. I can't really put a name down on FPV because I like watching Steel. I like watching Willie. I watch all my buddies when they release stuff. But there's two channels that I've been watching, and I don't even know the name. Okay, so I've been watching. Okay, so I used to skateboard, right? And I've been watching Braille skateboarding, their channel. I don't know why, and it's been making me want to skate again. But I realize as a 40-year-old man, I shouldn't be skating. And then I watched the Hall of Meat. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Do not want to skate anymore. That immediately removed my need to skate. So anyway, but I still like watching it. And there's this other guy, and I can't even think of the name, but he's basically kind of like Andrew Zimmerman, like Bizarre Foods.
Yeah.
Remember that show?
Yeah.
He basically goes around, he's like younger, and he goes around like all of Asia and eats all these weird foods like bats and like dog and like all kinds of weird crap, and he talks about his experiences. But he's also hilarious. Like,
I watched that.
Yeah, and anyway, that's like one of my guilty pleasures.
Nicholas Sheldon says, will you ever try long range? Would that be a float?
I've got a long range.
You have a crossfire quad.
Yeah, isn't that long range?
No, a 6-inch low KV.
Okay, so this guy is Crossfire on a 1.5 watt 5.8 VTX. This thing is ready to blow up all the frequencies.
Yes, it is. It is.
And I've only flown it once around the yard. So I have not done any long range in it, but I can.
So trading FPV, this is a good one. I don't know if you're gonna be able to. What was the hardest trick for you to learn? Oh, internet breakage again.
Where are you going? You gonna go pee, bro?
Yeah, I gotta go pee. Hardest trick for you to
Too
learn?
much flow going on from that
Too much
Gatorade?
flow.
All right, hardest trick in FPV, I would say, how loud is that? Is the music too loud? Let us know. It's getting crazy with the music over there. Hardest trick, I would say, I'm not really good at snappy stuff, so I would say probably the Rubik's Cube or something like that. I can do them, but I can never do them like consistently. I don't know, that sounds kind of lame to throw out that.
Mine's the Maddie stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I can do Maddie stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can.
I'm so scared of flying backwards.
I mean,
so
it's not
scared of flying
normal to
backwards.
fly backwards, so
It's
I mean,
weird.
I get it.
It's very, very
My
weird.
brain gets twisted with that stuff. So how long have we been live? How long are we going to be live?
I don't know. I don't know either. There's still 135 people watching. Are you guys tired?
Yeah, if you guys are tired of us, we can like shut down.
Yeah, we'll just where's the shutdown button? Oh, it's over on the phone.
It's
right?
on the phone.
It's on the phone. I haven't answered it backwards, but it's cheating by dividing 0. What is that, like 90 degrees of camera tilt?
Mm-hmm.
James Ferguson, third time he's asked this question. I missed it though. Would you rip a theme park again?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but how?
I did one. I've only done one. I don't even really know if it's considered a theme park. It was more like a putt-putt golf water slide park. I did that with Rotor Riot back in Alabama, and that was a ton of fun. Even though we did not have sun or anything, it was like kind of overcast the whole time we were there, but it was so awesome.
Didn't Tommy did a video?
Yeah, we ripped.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was ripping behind him.
Were
We
you
did
down
we did a follow.
The roller coaster?
Yeah.
Oh, that
yeah, we
was
did
so
a follow
awesome.
footage there. Yeah.
Did-
But to answer that, yes, I would love to do that again.
Okay, Primitive FPV says, Skitzo, I need you to do something for me. Will you do it? That's kind of open-ended. I think we kind of
Entertain me and ask anyway. 'cause I wanna know.
I think we need a little bit of
Yeah.
qualifying
If
information.
you want me to.
James Ferguson says he can get you into Six Flags, would let you do it there in Maryland. How long of a drive is that?
How long would they? Or how would they let that happen?
I have no idea, but James says it could happen.
Okay, I will go to Maryland and I will rip the Six Flags you speak of, but I will only do it in the summer.
Guillermo says he
So
wants you to
yeah,
rip Steve's
I would
house.
love for you to see how or get me into Six Flags in the middle of the summer when it's like the hot that's when they're like booming.
So Primitive FPV says, can you please do a live Parmesan approval? I don't understand that. I guess I missed something.
I love Parmesan. Should I go grab my thing of Parmesan and be like, I approve? I do have a thing of Parmesan at all times in my fridge.
This stream needs more Parmesan. Okay, here's a question from Parker Russell. So quit flying race flight or eat dog food for a week.
Well, it's not race flight, but I know what
flight,
he means.
he means flight.
Yeah, I know what he means. Wait.
So you either have to quit flying flight 1 or eat dog food for a week. Like high-end dog food or dry dog food?
It kind of depends. Are we talking about puppy chow or are we talking about some of that nice organic wet food?
Yeah, nice organic wet food.
I have actually tried dog food before, and I will tell you, I feel sorry for them because they don't have any salt. They can't have sodium. So just imagine, have you ever had like any kind of meat or any kind of food that has 0 sodium in it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's horrible.
No.
It doesn't have any taste.
That makes it fantastic.
Okay, well,
you just stuff it down.
You and I see things differently.
Have you ever seen?
But to answer that question, I would much rather go without flying flight 1.
Serge, no.
What
I think the answer to that is no.
What did he say?
I'm not saying that.
What is it?
He said, have you ever slipped steal some beef?
Is this the same guy that keeps asking that? God, I love him. You can keep coming back and say that.
Has he been asking that for years?
Literally, every time I've ever live streamed, he said
really?
that. Yeah.
Serge Lanov wants to know.
I don't know if that's supposed to be like a sexual, like derogative term, or is it like because he's vegan and he thinks it's funny to give like.
I think it's kind of got a double. Yeah,
there's a little bit of both there.
It's got both in there.
No, I haven't. But
meat questions. Enoch says meat questions should be moved directly to the top. So apparently, any meat questions I have to ask first.
Okay.
Okay.
Top priority.
Top priority. Let's see. Someone says Vic FPV does nothing but 1-pack flights, no edits. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, he does.
I like
do
watching
that.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he does too. I apologize if I didn't mention him.
Yeah. He's good.
But I meant in terms of like the like OG days. I'm talking about like 3 years ago. We would do 1-pack flights, and like not too many people do it.
It would be nice to see those.
Not saying that people don't do it, but just not too many people do
and it would be nice to live stream a session. I know Get FPV's coming down. For they're doing a new weekly show coming up.
Technically speaking.
Yeah, they're doing a new weekly show, and they're coming.
Is it a podcast or what?
It's a live stream.
Okay. So Get FPV is doing a live stream or whatever, and they're coming up here on the 2nd of February to do a special on the Atlanta crew. I guess their first episode is going to be about the Atlanta crew.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of cool.
So they're coming out ripping with us, and what's cool is they're going to be live streaming, so everybody's going to get to see exactly how much crashing and oh shit happens. Why you guys fly? I mean, I've never been out with you, Kevin. I've only flown with Steele, you know, a couple times. But watching how much you guys hit all the time it's kind of nice that it's not just perfection every time you go out. That you run into shit, you break quads. Kevin lands in ponds like the last time you guys flew. Serge says he's in Atlanta. The guy that wants to know about the beach.
Kind of creepy.
Joseph wants to know if we would ever allow to be blown out of a cannon in a carnival show. I'd do it. I mean,
feel like
that'd be awesome.
Is that even a question? Like,
why
wouldn't we? Why wouldn't?
Why,
Who wouldn't do that?
Who wouldn't do that?
Like, what do you mean?
Ooh, here we go. Connor Mullen. Here's a good question. Where'd it go? What would you like the next innovation in quads to be? And don't say Falco. Like for real. Like what would be the next big thing? Or what would you like it to be?
If I was going to speak in like general terms, I'd say battery technology. I think our battery technology is still really far behind. And the second thing would be, as we start like advancing stuff, I feel like 3D is becoming like more of a thing that might be.
The 3D FPV cams?
No. I meant like actual 3D quads, like with the censored motors and stuff like that. I don't know if that's ever gonna like take off, but that's something that interests me.
It's the reaction time, the switch that needs to be fixed.
And the concept of another dimension is really wild.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Anyway, I know. I mean, Zoe's already doing it and stuff, but I've always wanted to see if I could do it and like do it really smooth.
Broke Mechanic FPV, the Runcam Eagle Split 2 and the Eagle Micro. To answer your question, that's what John and I both fly.
Yes.
Frosty FPV said, it's awesome, glad to see you streaming. Here, Jeff Roca wants to know, who would you compare your style of flying to? Who do you think is closest out there to flying like you? He thinks it's Drew. What about you?
I would say that as well, because he has told me personally that that I was a big inspiration, and like, so yeah, probably Drew.
Probably Drew?
Yeah.
Skitzo, I would loan you my build if I could convince you to try it.
What is it?
Oh, he's got a 3D with Betaflight. He said
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
run you the build if he
Hell
gets
yeah.
to try it. Well, where
are you?
It's dividing by 0. Where are you? Are you near Atlanta? Because we'll come
If
out.
you're in like the southeast, it might be worth a trip just to try it out.
3D multicam. Oh, but he's as far away as he could possibly be.
Oh yeah.
California.
I would rather build one then.
He's in California.
I'll just build one. Thank you though. That was really nice of you.
A huge fan. Garbage Can FPV wants to know, where is Sharpoo? That's kind of a big question everyone wants to know.
Sharpoo is living his life.
He's living his life.
He works for DreamWorks. You know, he's an animator, and he worked on Boss Baby, and he's you know, really enjoying himself. He still flies, but it's more like to himself. He doesn't post footage, and he's still like, you know, a part of the scene, but not, you know. So the legacy's still there, though. He's the man. I have to say, like, while he's reading, there is definitely, like, he's one of the few individuals that I've met that just is generally a cool, seriously cool and modest person, and incredibly talented. It's really cool just to be around him. So, love Sharpoo.
I guess Mad Props is looking to get into vlogging. He says, what do you think makes a great FPV vlog? As a vlogger, and then I'll give my opinion as a fan. What do you think makes a great vlog?
Dynamics and personality.
Yeah.
I think you need to have like an overall goal of what you're gonna do, and also like be good at switching it up. Because like I've seen a lot of people do the typical like, I'm gonna do an FPV vlog, for example. And this is very common. I'm not like calling anyone out or saying that they suck or anything, but just there's a large. It's very popular for people to be like, here's some B-roll of my quads, and then here's some flying. And then they say something, you know, and that's about it. And then you start seeing, like, every one of them are like that, and it just kind of becomes stale. Like, there's only so many times you can look at someone's quad and watch them fly. It definitely helps to have friends, too. If you have, like, people, like, dynamics between people, I think that's why Rotor Riot was so good, is because you've got these different flight styles, you've got these different personalities, and I think that makes it interesting.
The biggest thing is dynamics. I don't think... because you can
switching it up as much as you can.
And you can find so many great flight edits out there. Like, I don't think there's one or two guys that are out there changing the game right now, and everybody else just does things that people like watching when it comes to the flight footage.
I think if you do like think outside of the bun, or outside.
Think outside the bun.
I'm kind of
Taco Bell.
I'm kind of hungry. I think outside the box is always like. Try to do something weird, like, I don't know, like, let's see how long we can fly around without a battery strap, or, you know, like, kind of do, like, kind of fun things like that can be interesting to watch. Like, you know, Rotor Riot did the episode where they were smashing into the windows. I thought that was entertaining. I already knew what the outcome was going to be, but it was kind of fun to see everyone's reactions and what they thought was going to happen, and so just stuff like that. I mean, you don't even need to really spend money to do some of these, just kind of do something a little interesting.
Ice Cream wants to know if you finished your 3-inch build, and can he see it?
I have not finished it, but it's almost done.
I guess Ice Cream was on the Instagram live stream. There is the 3-inch.
So we got a RunCam split stack back here. We got our little RunCam camera. We got our Flight 1 stack back here. Obviously didn't solder up the motors yet, and nor did I hook up some of these quick connectors. All it needs is a receiver and to solder up the motors, so I've been super lazy. No excuse. But it's almost done. I'm gonna rip it soon.
Yeah, Mars Over, that was awesome. The disarm, finish roll, rearm was a great dumb idea. That was. So here we go. Old Gravy Leg FPV.
Old Gravy
Leg says, will the influx of great pilots making videos make everyone fly harder? Or will it make a lot of pilots not get the credit they deserve because it's so saturated?
The biggest thing about that, though, is I don't really think there are that many... Here's the thing. There's a lot of good pilots. We've already, you know, established that. There's some people out there that are just stupid good and have no exposure, but there aren't too many people out there that are doing good content creation in a sense. I'm not trying to like say that everyone sucks or whatever, but just like, I mean, think about like, who do you think about? You think about like Ladrib, you think about Rotor Riot, you think about Steel. There's only like a handful that are really creating content. Bot grind, yeah, that's true. But you know what I mean though. Like we're still talking about like a handful of people.
people watch their videos for the flight footage, but they also watch their videos for the in between the flight footage.
Yeah.
They engage their audience, and I think that's what makes them so great. Like I think you can be the greatest pilot in the world, but if you're just posting edits, I mean, like Florent Roquet.
That's me, basically.
Yeah. Like Florent Roquet, he got a lot of his flight footage is sick, and he got a lot of notoriety for that. But I don't think he's got a lot of comeback. One, because I don't think English is his native language, so he's not out there posting. There's a barrier there.
But also, you guys to also realize, if you really like want to make a living doing like FPV stuff, it's going to be really hard because you kind of have to branch out. You need to be like an actual content creator and be ready to like, you can use FPV and like kind of tap into that market, but you're not going to like blow up to the point where you're going to be making a living. You need to like think outside of that. Like Steele didn't really start making a living until he started doing his van stuff and his paragliding. And like he branched out and his channel blew up because he was doing a lot of different things. He was becoming a content creator, not just an FPV pilot. And you got to be prepared. If you're really trying to do this for real, you need to be like doing that. You need to be creating content, not just about FPV.
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents there.
Yeah. Connor Mullen said, "What's your take on the way mainstream FPV racing is going? Good or bad? Is it going to flop or get bigger?" That's a hard one.
I can't answer that. I thought that FPV racing was going to flop a while ago,
and it's still going strong.
Pretty strong. So my opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought that it was gonna flop just because it's not that engaging to watch.
As a spectator sport, it's not good.
But the producers are doing pretty good of putting the quads, the third person view in,
well, they're
and
doing
the first person.
So you've got DRL and the DR1 doing these big elaborate like light courses and all this stuff. That makes it kind of interesting to watch. And then you have X Class, which I think was a kind of a cool idea because you could have this giant craft possibly decked out with LEDs or like whatever lights and stuff. That's a little bit more interesting to watch.
A little more engaging to watch,
but yeah, it's kind of hard to have a sport that you can't have really much of a spectator thing going on. So
Enoch wants to know, or not Enoch, somebody else, but I just caught Enoch talking about it. Do you have an opinion on the Orca goggles?
I don't, but I've heard good things.
I forget.
Yeah.
Now the one that they had at the show.
I have never tried them, so I don't know.
The one they had at the show was just a 3D printed shell.
How was the quality? Did you?
I didn't see it personally. I didn't see it personally. But they look. It sounds compelling. I mean, they're shooting for the best, and I like the fact that they're not shooting for the best budget, or they're not shooting for the best mid range. They're shooting for the best. They want to be the Bentley of goggles.
Cool.
And more power to them. I hope it works out.
I think Fat Shark needs a competitor, like a real competitor.
I agree too.
Yeah.
So Mike Tech is sorry for the ignorance. Who is the guy on the left? You don't know who I am? No, I'm absolutely nobody. I'm a friend of John.
He's just a buddy.
I'm just a buddy.
He's a buddy that flies quads.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to. I actually brought him on a random Instagram live stream, because it's kind of hard to like build a quad and also like interact with everyone, and so he kind of offered to like read the chat, and it like worked out really well, and everyone wanted me to bring him back on. So.
Yeah, I guess people like the dynamic. I hope YouTube does. I know the Instagram crew did. But yeah, I'm not.
He's all right.
I'm not trying to sell anything. I have a YouTube channel, but I've got 3 videos on it, and I don't want anyone to go look at them. So.
Thumper FPV.
No, do not.
Dang, I just name dropped you.
You did just name drop me. No, seriously, I'm in the.
Go subscribe and check out those 3 sexy.
Those 3 sexy ass videos.
Yeah.
I'm in the hobby because I really enjoy it. And I actually started a veteran outreach program to donate FPV quads to.
He used to fly fighter helicopters.
Fighter helicopters, Blackhawks for the Army. I was a crew chief.
Yeah, and he Anyway,
but
he served our country, and now he has graduated into FPV.
So I think it could be used. I think FPV can be used as kind of a therapy tool for PTSD. I was a pretty bad case. I've had some friends that were bad cases. Not myself, but other friends that were pretty big alcoholics. And they got into FPV and it kind of changed their life.
Crazy as shit, don't listen to him.
So,
no, I'm just kidding.
So I'm using it to, I'm kind of using it to donate to people that may need it and to get people more into the sport on the veteran side. I started a frame company to kind of help support that. I'm not here to plug it. This is John's channel, but it's, I think it's a great tool. I think it's a great tool. To help some people get out of their shell, and it's worked well for me, so that's all I'm doing. People calling me out, Shotgun, yeah. I don't know who he is,
Wait, Mr. Guy on the left, you were at Quad Camp Sarasota. Yes, True Style, I was. I've done a few quad camps with Rotor Ride. I did Atlanta, I did Sarasota, I did Bardwell's house.
I did one.
Jason's the only person who can actually call himself a pilot. I was a crew chief, not a pilot. Let's see.
You know what that meant? Is he got everyone coffee on the helicopter.
I was a high-speed stewardess. That's what I was, a stewardess. Flight 1 have anything on the horizon for S-Class tunes and or products? Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know that answer. Probably. We always have a plan for everything.
Yeah, there's a plan for everything. Yes, a Blackhawk, harder to fly than 5 inches. It's different. I can tell you that. But physics work in a helicopter. Like, you know what's going to happen and you can kind of plan for things. And when I got into FPV, it was a huge difference because yaw is yaw in a helicopter, pitch is pitch, roll is roll.
Yeah.
Not the same in a quad. Like, yaw is this weird, like, half-ass roll yaw thing. It takes a lot of getting used to with the camera angle.
No, you can do a straight yaw.
I can't.
It's your camera angle.
It's camera angle, yeah.
If you have a flat camera, yaw is yaw.
Let's see. Killer time at Quad Camp, Aero FPV. Mars said I taught him what rates were, apparently.
Good.
At Quad Camp.
Yeah, rates.
Tantrum FPV says that we should do a podcast. There's a hole in the market. I'm an old man, and I don't even know what a podcast... I know what a podcast is, but I don't even know how you go about doing it.
It's just like a pre-recorded what we're doing now.
Is this the same thing? Like,
Yeah, except you don't... Well, you can interact with people, but it's more like if me and you were discussing a bunch of topics, or we had a guest.
It would last for 15 minutes. We both talk too fast.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But I do think there is a hole in the market right now.
Invert FPV
Check out Fly Life, by the way. Fly Life has a good podcast, too. I'm going to name drop Martin. He's a good guy.
Let's see. Blunts or brandy? Choose one.
Brandy.
Brandy for you?
Probably. I don't know. I don't do either, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't really do.
I think I'd rather get drunk than high. But I don't know though.
I think I'd rather get high.
Okay.
I've been drunk a lot. What is Skitzo's flight angle? Yeah, what's your camera angle? Show him.
Right here. That's about 20 degrees, maybe 15.
Do you ever sell any old quads? Well, you know, we talked about this on the Instagram.
I'll buy that. I'll sell you this one.
I
do sometimes sell some of my personal rigs.
Now we dropped a little hint on the Instagram feed, and now we still have 144 people in this feed here. Would people be interested in a hand-built and tuned Skitzo setup?
I've talked about, or no, me and you talked about that.
We did.
Because Steele did that, right? Like where he built like 10 aliens that were like replicas of his setup. And I thought about doing the same thing, but I didn't know really how much to charge for it or like how many people would even be interested in it. But I have been asked over the years that people will be like, I'll give you $3,000 for that setup that you did in this video.
Yes. Parker Russell says dibs. Hell yes. Yes. Okay, so everybody would like one.
Fair
So
enough.
a limited run, I think it would be fantastic.
A limited run's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but so what people don't understand or need to understand is you use premium
How much
parts.
would you pay for the
I'll give you
rig?
$1,000 for that right now.
Just the frame.
Just the frame with those with the rig stickers.
Tuned by me. I'll tune it for literally like 3 days and make sure the thing is like, excluding if the elevation changes, you know, because air density can kind of play with it a bit, but.
Yeah, so John only uses premium components. On the Instagram, somebody was like, "Oh, I'll give you $400 for it." I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Okay, I'll send you the frame and a set of motors.
Raven says he'll send you a Kangaroo. Dude, deal.
A Wallaby or a Kangaroo?
Either. I think
What
I'd
is the
take
difference?
either. One's small.
I want the smaller one, the Wallaby.
Yeah.
I want one that I can play with.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Kangaroos. Have you ever seen the kangaroo fights? Where
They stand on their tail and
just
people.
kick the shit out of people.
Yeah, they're kind of scary. Could you imagine? That's my thought process of if I went to Australia, I'm gonna be ripping, and then a kangaroo is gonna fucking kick me in the ass from behind.
Somebody
It's a
asked.
possibility.
Somebody asked what would make a good vlog. That right there. Get your ass whipped by a kangaroo while flying FPV. Australia guys, you hear that?
Yeah. Why didn't NOAC do this? See, this is the thing. They just don't know how to tap into what they can.
Let's see. Yo, where'd you get that skin made at? Oh, and his name is Slick Rick FPV. Wants to know where that Rick and Morty skin came from.
I made it.
Yep.
I actually when I designed the arms, I actually had an idea to do Rick as the hair, you know, and a lot of people commented about it, but I didn't say anything. But this is one of the first skins that I designed for the frame. No one knew that, but I just never actually like made it until like it was digitally made, but I never actually like had it produced.
Is there any plans to produce it?
No.
No.
I can't produce that. That's like that belongs to Cartoon Network. So.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that's like a one-off. That's the only one that will probably ever exist.
Yeah, we can't. So, you can't sell that. That sucks.
I actually asked them. So like, cause I know my buddy works for Cartoon Network on the show Rick and Morty, and I sent him a photo of that, and he was like, "That's a one-off, right?" I was like,
"Yes,
it is, sir." It is. And
yes,
so yeah, he said it was cool for me to post it on social media, but that is about it.
Stu couldn't fly his quad because there were snakes on the field and in the bush. There's a golf course where they fly that has kangaroos in Perth. That would be sick. I want to orbit a kangaroo. I like orbiting things. Orbiting a kangaroo would be pretty cool.
What I would rather see is that happen, and then it get pissed off and chase you down.
And whip my ass.
Whip your ass.
A kangaroo would definitely whip my ass.
I feel like it'd be kind of scary to get.
What about a down low purchase? No, because you just asked on a live YouTube stream.
No, I would never sell that. I'm just kidding.
Say Car Ramrod. Car Ramrod. That's from Shotgun FPV. I know him. He's weird. Good guy. He actually went to. He was a customer of the
Shotgun FPV.
Shotgun FPV. He was a customer of the frame company that I bought, and then he became my customer. And then when he went to Rampage, he actually swung by to meet me and see the kind of whole setup, and flew with me and the former owner of the frame company. Good guy, good guy. And he drove from like one of those weird square states that's cold.
Like way out there?
Yeah, it's out there nowhere.
Cool. Shotgun FPV.
But he rips, he races, and he's good.
Nice.
Jason Rodman, what's up, Thumper? What's up, man? How you doing? He's a quad camp guy. Let's see. Wisconsin. That's where it is. Wisconsin.
I feel like I know that guy.
I don't know if you met him.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I brought him down to the. He came to the barn.
I met him.
Is Skitzo authorized? I don't know. Are you authorized?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Yes. I like to use y'all.
I'm waiting for.
I
still
love
know
these
who
questions
got
are
the
hilarious.
frame that I took to give away to IO. Need to get it again and build it for myself. Oh, somebody asked earlier, are you planning on going to IO this year?
I might actually. I came really close to going to Vegas.
But you didn't. The multi-GP?
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
What about this year? If it's close. If it's close.
It's in Vegas on the 8th.
Of what?
February.
Are you going to drive to Vegas?
No, I was going to fly to Vegas. I was thinking about it.
No, you
I
weren't.
was thinking about it.
Really?
And I was like, not ready yet.
Wow.
I'm gonna
blow.
I want to know how many minds will be blown if I just start showing up at all these things. Yeah.
All the mines. But I said your first flight somewhere, I'm gonna try to organize it with the FPV people. I'm gonna try to get all of them. I'm gonna try to get all of them to be at the airport holding up, "We love you, Skitzo. Thanks for flying to us" signs, because you won't fly anywhere. You haven't even been out to Preston's place.
Terrified of planes, man. God. There's nothing that scares me more. I'd rather get a tooth pulled than get on an airplane.
Wait, pulling teeth scares you?
Yeah. Wait, why wouldn't that scare anyone?
Oh, it's a Saturday for me.
Okay, all right. Well then, I guess I'm not living life.
Could you try 3D mode with a whoop? I don't think it has the power for that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, I don't.
It already kind of lacks power as it is.
Can you imagine flipping over and waiting?
Yeah, it would just go like this forever.
Over? What's your favorite quad trick today? What is your favorite trick? You're staring at yourself on the screen.
I am. I'm trying to like see. I'm trying to go to the bottom of the screen with my hand in the top of the screen. Inverted yaw spin TikTok.
The invert one way back the other way?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So you kind of like...
Who else is out there? Who in the game is representing that trick right now besides you?
You go upside down, roll around like this, and then roll back around and roll it out. So it's kind of like the yaw becomes like a reverse. Those are I just love the way those look. But you have to have enough altitude to where you can kind of see it. I don't like want it really fast where it's just kind of like a blur. Then it looks weird.
Jason, I don't know if that's for me or for John, but they want to know.
Yes, I like popcorn.
We're coming down to Quad Camp Orlando. Did you get that announcement? I asked Kevin. I don't know if I'm coming down. I'm waiting. Kevin's got to tell me yes or no because
When is it?
he's kind of the boss. February 23rd, I think.
I might go to that. I might go.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'll drive you down. We'll go.
I kind of want to go to escape the cold.
Yeah. And quad camp's always fun. We had a blast at Bardwell's place.
Yeah, I might go.
How about that? How many people would go to quad camp if John was there?
Nobody. Nobody.
It's the 22nd and 23rd, Taylor Haas says.
Oh, that's kind of close-ish.
I'll be there, already got tickets. Jason, you go to another quad camp? That's awesome.
I feel like I'm not even...
Too far from me. Do you have any special mods on your car? I guess the stream's been going for a while,
Yeah,
so people are
popping
missed it.
in.
Yeah, people popping in.
We talked about the car earlier. Yeah, it's turbo.
We did turbo kit. It's got suspension mods.
Me and him put a turbo on it in 18 hours. We did it all in one day. I feel like that's a record.
And with not
Who
having...
do you know that? Yeah, and we also didn't have like half the tools.
We did it on jack stands.
Yeah, we did the whole thing on jack stands, and we had to like run and back and forth between the was it Ace Hardware? I don't know. We kept having to go somewhere and pick up tools that we didn't have. Like crap, I need a 16 millimeter deep socket. I only have a 15.
Fish person says, "Can anyone hear you scream in your hoodie?"
Wait, what?
Because in space, no one can hear you scream. The old aliens thing. That's funny.
That's pretty good.
James Darden says that quad camp is too expensive. James, I don't think if you say that, I don't think you've ever been to a quad camp. Now, I don't work for Rotor Riot. John doesn't work for Rotor Riot, but I have worked. I have been at and volunteered to help. I think 4 separate quad camps, and every single one that I've gone to, I've met people, and the relationships have continued. Since those quad camps, and I would pay whatever they're charging, the $300 or whatever, just for the knowledge that I've learned, but the relationships that I've got afterwards. Hell, I met John at a quad camp at Bardwell's place.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And those are, you get to meet people that are not only like-minded, but are really hardcore to the hobby. So if it's something that you're really into, I think if you have the ability to go to quad camp, it is a fantastic experience. It really is.
Fantastical.
It is fantastical. Let's see. Did you FPV other RC, not just quads? Have you ever FPV cars, fixed wings, or wings?
I've FPV'd a fixed wing, or a flying wing, and I have FPV'd a car and a crawler.
You've FPV'd a car. That'd be pretty cool.
I was working on a rig where I wanted to. First, I FPV'd it where I literally just stuck like a tiny whoop kit like on the on the hood and like ripped around on the crawler. Then I was like, shit, it's kind of like hard to see like what you're trying to because with crawlers it's like strategy. You're trying to like get the tires to lock and so then I started working on an actual head tracking unit where you could kind of like look out the window and
that'd be awesome.
So it was like this like servo thing that moved around, and I never, just like many things in my life, I get everything about 80% completed. So.
Guillermo, the name of is that Guillermo?
Guillermo.
Is that Guillermo from Quad Camp?
Guillermo del Toro.
Is that who that is? That's just.
I don't know.
Jason wants to know if I know any epic spots in Orlando. No, but if I do go down to Quad Camp, I guarantee you I'll find some. We'll find some epic night spots. Well, because I took them all to the spot that I've been trying to take you to, the Olympic rowing spot. They're talking about how epic that was.
It does look like a cool night spot.
It was pretty epic. Is Da Vinci back in? Did I see Da Vinci? Ah, yep, there's Da Vinci. He's back in. Let's see. The quad camps are cool. I snuck in one.
Dang.
Which one did you snuck in, Parker? Which one did you sneak in, Parker?
Which one did you snuck in?
You gotta think that they had to fly out here, so that's however many plane tickets and the venue, blah, blah. Yes, a lot of cost goes into quad camp. It's expensive for the guys that fly out, and they cater a lot of the meals.
Yeah, they provide food. And
they provide food, and it's fantastic. I tell you, I can only speak to the quad camps that I was at, but the ones that we went to, the people that came with problems, nobody left our quad camp without
flying stuff. Yeah,
we fixed stuff, we flew stuff. The quad camp maidens are awesome. We had a kid who did his first quad and his first FPV flight in real life. Remember that kid who did like 500 hours on the simulator and then he was out ripping it, his first ever quad?
I remember that, yeah.
It was pretty fantastic.
That was pretty dope.
All I want to know is, does Skitzo wear red pants?
All he wants to know is what?
Do you wear red pants?
I do not. Quit looking at my pants, you creep.
Let's see, any more questions? Maybe you'll go to quad camp someday like the rest of you big kids. Spectrum Quad Camp. I didn't take anything from it. Ask questions. It was the one in Illinois, Eli Field. Oh, I wasn't there. But Parker Russell snuck into the Spectrum Quad Camp. It's because we weren't there, like at the door, security.
Yeah, you gotta have bouncers ready.
How is the Get FPV stock moving? I don't know who's is that to you or me? I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody buys my frames because nobody knows who the fuck I am, and it's cool.
Does he mean in general? How's Get FPV doing? I think
Get FPV's doing all right.
Yeah, I think they're doing
okay.
They're pushing product. A lot of it, actually.
Let's see. Are we invited to the pants party? If you have red pants, put them on, and
they have to be skinny jeans.
They have to be red skinny jeans.
He found out recently that I wear skinny jeans. It was kind of traumatizing.
It was very traumatizing.
Yeah.
No, it's because I came over and you were wearing those sweatpants. You were gonna go out in public in sweatpants with those little elastic shits here. That's grown ass men don't wear that. Anyone in the comments that wear it?
Look, I was
man,
lazy. It was cold. I mean, who's against sweatpants? Sweatpants and FPV go hand in hand.
Peckerwood says, I love the quad you built me until I crashed it into the ocean. Peckerwood FPV, he's got to be talking to you. That was at Bartlett's place.
Well, that's Bob Davis. What up, dude?
Yeah, they're doing okay.
I got one right here with your name on it. Look at this.
Ooh, Mr. Pandon has a good question. What's your least favorite part of the hobby? Security.
Right? I feel like FPV's kind of, it's turned into like the skateboarding of back in the day. Like we used to get run off skateboarding by security. Now that's kind of like a thing now.
Yeah.
We get run off sometimes. But most security interactions are pretty good. But yeah, I think that right now the biggest drag with FPV is spots. Like finding spots that you're not going to get in trouble, or, you know, all the cool spots, like the abando spots. Like, I mean, most of the spots these people are flying are probably doing it illegally.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks. But eventually,
it's not like anyone ever gets arrested for flying FPV places.
Right? Yeah. But like I don't know. I think eventually down the road you're gonna see we're gonna see FPV parks. We're gonna see like they do with skateboards. Like originally, the only thing you could do as a skater is you made your own little ramps at your house or something, or you had to go spend money to go to a park. But now, like, skate parks are all over the place. Like, it's a public thing now. Like, you can literally go to almost any park and there's a skate park there. I think that might actually happen to drones eventually. That would be really neat.
Let's see. There were a couple of good ones that I missed. Do you guys ever think of coming to Colorado or YF?
I want to go to Colorado so bad.
Well, we're gonna go to Colorado. I work with a college. I provide drones and drone kits to a college out in Colorado, and we have to go out there and fly with the students sometimes. The mountains would be pretty absolutely epic.
Yeah, it would.
They would be awesome.
The scenery is so dope there. It would definitely be a summer thing for me, though. There's no way in hell I'd go there in the winter.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I was just talking to him today. He said he was in Denver. He says like 12 degrees.
No.
It was 0 degrees. I was like, no.
I mean, it would be cool, like maybe one time, if I could escape it. If I could go to Colorado in the winter for like a weekend and then escape the situation, that would be one thing.
Well, you can.
So that'd be cool to like, you know, like go like rip around snow-covered mountains and shit. That'd be dope as hell. But then I want to immediately leave after that.
Let's see. If you guys go anywhere, at least go to the. I can't say that. Kosla. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Kosla Pudra Canyon. Did I just curse in some other language? Let's see. Flight test about that old golf course. Just got back from Denver. Do you think freestyle FPV will ever be in X Games? No.
I don't know, actually, man. People thought that with the skateboarding too. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think any part of FPV will?
The problem with it is it's not. Again, it goes to the whole like skateboarding is very spectator sport. You can watch the guy doing the tricks. It's kind of hard to like watch a drone.
And a lot of people that don't actually do it get kind of queasy watching. You know, my wife can't watch the videos at all.
I think it. Yeah, my sister can't either. She says she's tried to like. She's like, I'm proud of you. I know you're doing really well, but I can't watch them. I'm like, ugh.
Crown Leon, about 600 to 650. Ideal weight for a freestyle rig. Who's the better skater? You or Steel?
Ooh, probably Steel right now.
Yeah.
I was way better though when I was. I don't know that. I've never seen him when he actually, because he skated before as well. I never saw him back in the day, but I was really good when I was like in my mid-20s. Or actually, 18. I was like sponsored and shit like that. So I got free. Yeah, I mean, I was sponsored by a local team here called Ambush.
So you've been sponsored for all your hobbies, huh?
And no, but I basically got free skateboard gear and free shoes and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I didn't make money.
Yeah.
But back then, as a kid, getting free clothing and like free skateboards, it was like a dream come true.
Let's see.
How long have we been on?
I don't know. Probably 2 hours now.
Dang, we've been on stream for 2 hours, boy.
I think.
You guys better realize how much I love you.
What's the best magic smoke moment you've ever had?
Oh man, I got a good story. And Steele's told this story already. But while he tries to not get in trouble with his wife. So, you know capacitors, like the big capacitors, you know, like I was installing one on my new rig and I put together basically a whole quad and all I had to do was the capacitor and like seal it up. But I was tired because it was like 3 in the morning. I went to bed, woke up the next morning and my hair stuck up all these different directions and I had my pajamas on. I was super stoked to finish it and I just didn't pay attention and I reversed the polarity of the capacitor. And it's a bigger capacitor, so like I plugged it in, everything was good. It was like doo-doo-doo. And it was like that whole like it took a while for the capacitor to actually like build up enough energy, and it was just like boom, and like literally my ears were like and like it literally just it put me in shock almost, and it was hilarious because there's like this huge like shotgun blast of like fur. I don't know if you've seen an exploded capacitor, but it's got a bunch of like
fur.
It has like insulation kind of material in it. It's kind of hard to, anyway.
I've never seen the inside of a capacitor.
Yeah, well, you don't want to that way. But that was probably one of my more funny moments. But that's not, I guess that's kind of a magic smoke moment.
That's
more.
That's FPV hurt.
I have one time inverted my, back in the Alien days, I don't know if you remember this, but it depended on how you soldered up your pigtail was the
PCB,
yeah. And I inverted all the ESCs, so when I plugged it up, they all
at the same time.
All of them went up.
That's awesome.
All of them were. I was kind of bummed about that.
Let's see. I'm looking for one more question.
One more question, and then we're gonna go offline.
I think this is a good one. I think it's a good one, and then we're gonna go offline for the night. Has John ever tried racing?
One time.
2 times.
One time was like actual like real race, but it was local, and so I don't really want to brag, but I basically raped everyone. But like it was like 3 years ago, and like a bunch of people, you know, like everyone was fairly new, and it was so bad to the point where I would complete the course, and then at the very end I'd just start power looping the final gate, waiting for people. So it kind of looked like I was being arrogant, but I was kind of bored. And then I did an episode with Rotor Riot where we took a bunch of like the Wizard and all these random quads and we raced them.
Yeah.
That wasn't really like I mean, we were really racing, but you know, it wasn't like racing with like serious setups and stuff.
So if we did like a local event, it was a local race setup, just a bunch of guys messing around, would you go out and race?
Yeah, I'll go out.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I would suck, but I mean.
That's cool.
But I did actually do, I bring this up because I was so happy that I did this, but when Rotor Riot was in town, they rented an Airbnb and everyone was drunk. And they're like, let's get on Velocidrone and race. So I got on there and smoked everybody.
Well, you were sober.
Yeah, I was sober. I raped everybody, but I still don't bring it down. I'm like, I beat Wild Willie, Mr. DRL boy. I beat Tommy. I beat Kevin. Who else? I can't remember who else was there, but I beat everyone in the racing sim. But I wasn't drunk, so you know, who cares?
So True Style says, thanks for the stream, guys. Hopefully see you at Quad Camp. That'd be nice. That'd be really
I would really like to know. I wish it's kind of soon, but you know, whatever. I can probably make it work. I want to go down to Orlando and hang out.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun.
But next time, on our next stream, I don't know if I want to start doing just like spontaneous streaming or like a schedule stream or what. I don't know what you guys think. Do you prefer having like a schedule, like Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, or like what? I guess let us know if you would rather have like a scheduled one. I think it makes more sense to do.
You get like comments. Can we put a poll in the comments, or does that only work during the video? I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either. But I'm assuming a schedule will probably be best.
Yeah, Shotgun says we need to do this more often. Skitzo says good to catch the stream. Bunch of people say Parmesan.
Naturally.
Great stream, guys. See you Saturday at 1 for the catch up. Oh yeah, it's 1. We're meeting. We have to pick the stop. We still have to pick the spot.
For what?
For the Get FPV.
Oh, I didn't know you guys. Like, wait, we're not streaming at 1. What are you talking about?
For the Get FPV catch up. We got to pick the spot, and I guess they want to go live at 1.
Okay.
So it'll be me and you there, and then everybody else will show up late.
Probably.
I can't wait to see these photos. What's with the meme of you always being late? Oh. You're not late. You just don't wake up.
Me?
He's not late. He's asleep.
I do sleep.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl, so I go to bed and I wake up at like 2 p.m. So I'm the worst kind of boyfriend or employee.
Great
or
stream.
father.
Twitch ? I think we're gonna stick to YouTube.
I don't know. I do have a Twitch. The problem with that is a lot of people is like, because I already have like subscribers on YouTube. It's kind of hard to get all those people to go to a different platform. You know what I'm saying?
But there's that program.
But I'm gonna
right?
be using OBS and maybe stream to Twitch as well as YouTube, so people can kind of like choose which one they want to watch from.
Shotgun FPV says this is one of the first streams that he could actually watch. He's been here the whole time.
Nice.
That's good to hear. That's awesome. No Twitch. Travel expense. Drive more. That's an interesting name, dude. It says sub since forever.
Nice. Thanks. Like
So-
the F3 Expo days or what?
I guess.
Okay.
I was looking through. What's your highest view video? It's not the F3 Expo. There's another one.
That's the second most. I had one other one that went viral called like No Boundaries or something like
It's
that.
like 300,000 views,
It's
right?
like 500 or 600,000.
That's insane. That's insane. Hey, I had like 300 views on that flight
Hell
that
yeah,
you did
dude.
for me with my
Did
shit
I?
ass footage. I had like 300 views on that thing.
See? It's all about how you edit.
It was me just refreshing.
Oh, okay.
No. Dude, I actually had 3 in my flight. One, yes, I don't want it. Apparently having a very short battery is not a good thing. What's your favorite song you've used in an edit? Oh God.
The questions are still going.
Yeah, I know. Jason's asking when we're gonna
We're gonna be
finally
here.
post a video. I'm never, Jason, never, ever will I post
He's not bad. Don't listen to
a
him.
video.
I'm trying to get him to fly. He flies literally once a month.
I do. I from the last time we
He's
went
like, I'm
to
gonna
the
sell quad parts and never fly.
flight, I'm too busy selling quad parts.
All right, fair enough.
Oh come on, you don't suck. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, dude. I started doing backwards stuff. I was doing like the seesaws and some crazy shit last time we went out. I was inspired. It was awesome. Okay.
I'm like not meaning to cross my arms like a yo what up dog kind of thing, but
you
I
don't have any armrests.
I know.
There's the downside to
I
that
feel
chair.
I don't have an armrest, so I feel like I need to do something.
I have armrests in your
Yeah.
programming chair. You
Yeah.
lean forward a lot when you work, don't you?
Yeah,
Because there's like elbow
kinda-
marks
it's
that
kinda-
are
yeah.
worn into this
Yeah.
chair.
I've kind of gone down to the staple too. There's a sharp thing in there. You gotta
Oh,
be
there
careful.
is?
Yeah, be careful.
Oh, that's awesome. People are still coming on and saying like, Skitzo, what's up?
What up, guys? We have been online for a while, and this is a thing. I don't know what to do. What should the next live stream? Should we give something away on the next live stream, or should we do a live stream like flight, like where maybe you can hold my phone into the box while I rip, and you ask questions while I rip?
Let's see. We're gonna make a decision right now.
All right, you guys get to decide. The next live stream, do you want to just like do a Q&A again, where we just kind of chit chat about FPV in general, or what's going on with me, or products, or whatever, and then we can do a giveaway? Or do we want to do a live stream like out in the field with me ripping around and just hanging out? I guess we could always do a giveaway there too.
You know, this is why I like your fans.
What?
This is why I like your fans.
What are they?
Because they're true people. Like they're real. Everybody says fly. Do you want free shit, or do you want to see what the real process is and watch me fly? And it looks like everybody wants to. Tell you what,
But
let's go fly.
but we
and
could
give
do
shit
fly
away.
and give shit away.
Yeah,
Why
because
can't we
everybody
do
is
both?
saying flying. Well, Shotgun says just like this. People, I guess, like watching us talk. But
How
fly.
does anyone want to watch us talk?
I don't understand.
You don't want to look at these. Okay, my ugly mug. I think Jason's a handsome guy.
Live stream from Quad Camp. Everybody's trying to go see the Quad
Well, we
Camp.
could do. I mean, we could do that too.
It looks
That would
like hang out and fly.
All right, so I'm gonna bust out the monitor, and then we're gonna give away some free stuff.
Tornado Girl says, I don't know who this other dude is, but he loves you. See, I told you, it's creepy as shit. While you're looking at the camera, and I'm sitting here like,
No, he's not.
It's
He's
John.
married. He's married. Look, he's taken. He's off the market, girls.
oh.
Um,
Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like they want to fly.
all right, so next stream, what day?
Oh,
Well,
God.
here's the thing. The problem with a flight session stream is
It has to be during the day.
it has to be when it's not raining. So I hate to say Tuesday night or Tuesday during the day and it's raining. You know what I'm saying? So
Unless you
I guess I'll have to postpone it.
unless you freestyle the beta around the house.
I
But
mean,
that's-
it could
that's
come to
boring
that.
as hell.
I would like to do Tuesdays.
Tuesdays would be good.
Let's start streaming every Tuesday.
Okay.
Just for fun, and we'll kind of go from there. I can't promise I'll keep doing it, but I will try to do it as much as I can.
On Tuesdays. If we're gonna do it, it's gonna be on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And if something happens, maybe we can do it on Wednesday, as a follow-up, But, so next Tuesday, what is today?
Wednesday. But Tanya says take off your clothes. Too much clothing, not enough action. Wow.
That's not Ron Jeremy?
That was Tanya.
Oh.
It was Tanya. Is it Tanya FPV? No, it's just Tanya Z.
Tanya
Z says.
Is that more than one Tanya?
It says, get naked. It says, ring the bell and you get a notification if you go live. Thank you, Drone Obsessed.
Yeah, everyone that's in the live stream, you probably are in here, but go to the little bell thing so you can stay notified whenever I start doing these, because most of the people in here probably have that because it notified them that I'm live.
Oh, Jason said, why not a night flight? That school that you never think about flying is sick at night. If we get a nice day.
That is possible. We could do that.
But we can't do that anytime soon.
We could figure it out.
As shit.
Yeah, it's cold, but we could figure it out. But next Tuesday, I'm going to have to drop. It's going to have to be during the day if we're going to be doing a flight. So those of you that can tap in on Tuesday, I guess I'll plan for maybe 1.
Yeah.
1 o'clock. Tuesday at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing a live stream. 1 o'clock Eastern, by the way, because I'm in Atlanta. So Tuesday at 1 p.m. we're going to do a flight session and stream it and just hang out, have a good time, and we'll also answer questions, and we'll be giving away some free stuff. So
well, it's going to be snowing and 16 degrees on Tuesday.
What?
So
no way.
Yeah, we may be doing some whooping. Maybe
all right, whatever.
We'll do something on Tuesday.
We're going to be doing. Look, if we can't fly. We can, we might night fly. We might fly around the house with the Beta 75. We could do sim stuff too. There's things we can do. We'll figure it out. But is it really going to snow?
Yeah.
It hasn't snowed here in forever.
It hasn't. But the one time that we're going to schedule a live stream. Is it
just how is it gonna? What about the rest of the week?
The rest of the week looks great, but it's gonna be cold as shit.
Okay, Wednesday. What about Wednesday?
Wednesday is gonna be 23 with 11 mile-an-hour winds.
That sounds horrible. I don't love you guys that much.
So people can live stream with us like this in the car. Yeah. Oh god, it's so cold trying to fly.
Okay, so
we'll figure something out. We're live streaming with Get FPV in the field. So if you guys on Saturday the 2nd. Not rain or shine, but it's
maybe we should
cold.
do it this weekend.
This weekend, let's see.
How do you guys feel about a weekend stream?
Saturday or Sunday both look good. 45 and sunny, 51 and sunny on Sunday.
Oh my god, we might have to do it this weekend then. All right, screw Tuesday. Tuesday's screwed.
Weekend. Okay, so Sunday stream it is.
Does everyone say weekend?
Yeah. There's people
saying. Do you guys think weekend works for a stream? Let me know. I'll do it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Wednesday or
Sunday.
Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
Wow.
Sunday's the warmer day. 51.
Ooh, it's gonna be 51. That's doable.
Yeah.
All right, Sunday we're gonna do it at 2 o'clock.
Natural Expo.
1 o'clock.
Natural Expo.
1 o'clock. Tuesday, 1 o'clock Eastern. For those of you that are on other weird time zones.
Yeah, just do the math yourself.
Yeah, do the math yourself. I'm not gonna figure it out, but 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday, we're going to fly, we're going to have a good time, we're going to talk, we're going to answer questions, and we're going to give away some free stuff.
Cool. Sounds good.
Is there anything else?
No, I think everybody's now talking.
Stay notified, click the bell button. I don't know where the hell it would be.
What are you supposed to do when you're a vlogger? Is it like subscribe?
Yeah. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm just kidding. I don't know what they do.
Okay.
But this is live from my phone.
Yeah, it's live from your phone.
All right.
Now you gotta stop the stream.
Stay salty. What are you talking about? How about this?
Give away Nova skins. Oh wow. You know it's getting late when you're making funny faces.
Hey, listen. I don't know how to stop this, guys.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't know.
Is it the dots?
I don't know what those dots. What do those dots do?
No, that's the mute the microphone. Maybe it's the X.
Guys.
Maybe you just hit the X. No.